back in the building.
Episode 147 in this thing. It's your boy Big UU from the Truth Be Told podcast.
Riffa
in this thing.
Black Tide
in this thing. Off camera Tide. I want to say shout out to the YouTube commenters. I appreciate it. I did see somebody say that Bone Thugs is their number one hip hop group out of all the hip hop groups that we named. All of them.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
Do we name them all?
Okay. But make sure if y'all want to go comment yourself, you can go to trimmac.com/YouTube and go comment yourself. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Instagram at Ben Trillmatic. Kind of stepping that up a little bit. I've been putting these little audio clips up. Have you seen them? You see them? Yeah, I put a little audio. You see it?
I saw it.
Little wave, whatever. Yeah. It was titled Fable Was a Visionary.
I seen that one on IG.
I said, I heard those people go. I tagged Fable too, so maybe he'll see it and be like, yeah, I was.
Appreciate you realizing it and giving me my credit.
Right. Speaking of people getting their credit,
Yo might have noticed he got on a different hat this week.
He does.
make sure that shit is on. Make sure that shit is on.
He's feeling it.
Your shit.
With the little ball on top, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We forgot one on too, but they team ain't in there though.
Yeah, but I still support. Always.
Yes, that's right, y'all. Dallas Cowboys is in there. I'm so happy. I know your team
Enjoy
is
it while you can. No.
Yeah, we are.
He said we are.
We are, damn it. Do you got an NFL team?
Yeah, we are.
If you say the fucking Patriots, nigga.
You know how I feel about Tom Brady. You know I can't stand that.
Okay, good. That's right.
Okay. That's right. We have had those conversations.
You know I'm a much bigger college NFL, but in NFL I pull for the Falcons and we didn't do so well.
Dirty Bird.
Yeah, get out of here, dog. Fucking Falcons. I don't hear that shit.
Julio Jones gonna lead us back to the promised land.
Matty Ice.
Nah,
Exactly.
He gonna be gone before y'all go anywhere.
He was cold all right this season. Yeah.
I'll see.
Haven't really kept up with the season as much as I wanted to, but
I think they were doing all right at times.
Who?
Like
Atlanta
Falcons? Yeah, I think they had some good wins.
well, Cowboys was 3-8, and then they turned that around to 10-6 at the end. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking real good. We're going in everything hot right now. So you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure we're gonna take out the Rams. Probably end up playing New Orleans in the NFC Championship.
Rams is gonna be a challenge. So
nah,
yeah,
really? we did lose to them. But I think we're
You think you're gonna walk through them?
nah.
I won't say we're gonna walk them, but I think we're in revenge mode. Okay. I'm looking for revenge. All summer 16s.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm just happy my Cowboys win.
The taste of defeat will make his mouth sour later.
You know, I gotta say this though.
Right.
I gotta say
Pause.
this. If y'all end up playing the Saints and that'd be the conference championship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
I would love to have seen that if Dez was still playing.
We shut him down too.
Man, I would have loved to see that.
Amari Cooper is actually
That
really
was a good
fucking good. Really good pickup.
That was.
I was just like, oh, they get rid of Dez. Why? But I'm looking at him like, oh no. Bye, Dez. I'm sorry, I like Dez. Like he's the you know what I'm saying? Like he's the homie, but no. Good day. Good day to you, sir.
That is a fan that has moved on.
I've definitely moved on. I've definitely moved on from Dez. I like what a new team. I didn't really want to move on to Dak, but I liked his little 15, 16-yard run there at the end. It kind of reminded me of like John Elway diving into the end zone, doing the cartwheel or whatever. I was like, all right, bro, you got my respect. Salute. You know what I'm saying? After 3 years,
I'm surprised to hear you say that because you wouldn't.
No,
you wasn't sold.
No, I know everybody was just like, yo, Dak. And I was just like, yeah, but you know, there was a lot of things that I was seeing even in his first year. I was just like, yo, he's not that accurate. He's afraid of going deep. You know what I'm saying? He plays way too conservative. Sometimes you got to take risk, and I didn't see that. But this past year, I've definitely seen that.
You had to let him get comfortable.
He was,
you wanted it right then. This ain't J.G. Wentworth.
Yo, he said J.G. Wentworth. Oh, I want it now. No, when Romo came in, he was like he was killing it when he first came in.
He was.
He took big risk.
He did.
Yeah,
and it shot him in the foot at times.
It happens. That's big risk, big rewards, but also big losses.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a chance though. You got to take. It's a gamble. That's the game.
It's the game.
It really is.
So shout out to Dak. Shout out to our running back, number one running back in the NFL right now. That's right. Yeah. leading the NFL in rushing.
You better hope
We out here killing, man.
You better hope he runs his ass
Zeke is
off.
the
Super
homie.
Bowl bound.
Zeke is the homie.
You better hope he runs his ass off against them.
I'm a
them
big
Rams.
Zeke fan, so I'm pulling for him.
Zeke is a beast, man. He's a beast, and he seems very consistent too. And the thing that like when you see a lot of running backs, you'll see him. You can tell they're like getting tore up, bro. Like after like a couple of years, you can just see him getting like worn out. He doesn't. I don't feel like he's getting worn out. No. Like I feel like he's strong, consistent.
What he does.
He's going. I think he's going to be consistent for a couple more. I don't see him like. Remember when they had Marion Barber? You probably don't remember that,
I
but
don't remember that.
He was trucking the fuck out of people. That shit didn't last long. Maybe 2 years, 2 good years out of him, and after that, it was just like.
Yeah, because trucking people means you're still catching a blow. Whether you know what I mean. It's like you may be doing the one hitting and knocking people over, but you're still catching that contact, and that's still shaking that brain.
Oh hell yeah,
taking a toll on your body.
And that was back when people were like concussions. What are those?
Who cares?
Yeah,
you'll be all right.
Fight. They ain't give a damn
Drink some
about no
Gatorade.
CTE
Play
back
through
then.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
Do you want to lose your spot? It's like,
And do they chew on these pills? Get back out there.
Yeah.
Take this injection.
Take
get
this
out
needle
there.
in your knee. You'll be all right. Speaking of that, did y'all see Alex Hurns is
Oh man, that was ugly.
injury?
That was ugly.
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
Oh, I see.
It really did snap.
Was it
Bro.
like Anderson Silva snap?
Yeah.
It was like you could,
But
because
sideways.
you see a lot of
Sideways,
breaks,
yeah.
and you see a lot of like, oh, I can see it probably broke there. This was like push, then snap.
Yeah, it's just
Definitive.
like pop. Yeah, because when he was, you know, your leg is like his ankle is like this,
And someone's falling on him. Crap.
Yeah, you just see it just snap, bro. It's just, but here's the thing though, it was right before they were about to show a commercial. So you know how they did that last like slow motion replay? They didn't review the replay.
Yep.
So it was just like snap and then commercial. And he was like, dang.
Just went straight to it.
Yeah. And they didn't show it again after that.
Yeah, they didn't want to.
They
They're like, it's gruesome.
I did read he had successful surgery, so that's good.
He did have successful surgery. Says he's gonna make a full recovery.
That's always good.
He's a young dude, man. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all good, man.
That shit definitely sucks.
We appreciate it. If we go to Super Bowl, we still gonna count you in, bro.
I would hope so. Shit.
Yeah, for real. What are we gonna talk about first? Because there's a lot. I know people are like, yo, get off this football shit.
I gotta
and get to the real shit.
two real quick on this day. First, we have a happy birthday going out to Blue Ivy.
Oh, Blue Ivy had a
happy
birthday.
birthday.
7.
She's fucking 7?
7 years old.
Nigga, she's 4.
Yeah.
Look,
damn,
there's
no way
years
she's 7
go
years
by.
old.
I couldn't
Shit.
believe it either.
You're lying.
I said, no, y'all, there's no way.
7
It's
years
like,
old?
nah, did she skip a few ages?
Dog, I'm fucking
Like,
old.
you know, people skip grades.
She
like,
paid for her.
she was
She
born-
paid to skip 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe
like,
she got the bread. Okay, she got the
She's
bread.
5, but she paid to be 7.
She born in 2012, man.
Wikipedia. She paid Wikipedia to put 7.
She ain't got no ceilings. So shout out to her. Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
no,
Blue Ivy.
this is technically a day late, but Big Boy put it on Instagram yesterday, and I couldn't pass this because I loved the song when it came out 13 years ago. Do y'all remember Kryptonite by the Purple Ribbon All Stars?
Yeah, I do remember
13
that.
years
Yeah.
old.
I remember when.
all day, all night.
Yeah. When it first came on, it was a banger, bro. Yeah.
You can catch me in the.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought I was from Atlanta for a little bit.
Everybody did.
I was like, hey, I'm on it. I'm on it.
on that A-Town stomping and shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Everybody was doing it.
Does that okay?
We all
Let me
felt
ask you
like we were
this.
from
Let me ask you
Atlanta.
this.
We did. We thought we were from Atlanta and Texas.
I remember y'all were talking about all these different posse cuts that didn't really go nowhere. Does that classify? Because that Purple Ribbon All Stars had a whole album.
I remember there was like some beef or something that went down with them.
Okay.
And I remember Killer Mike saying, "One monkey don't stop no show," and that kind of caused it to like get a little bit more intense as far as the beef is concerned. But yeah. I didn't check for the album. I'm not gonna lie for you. I think I maybe heard a couple songs here and there. You know what I'm saying? But
I think I knew someone who had it, but and I heard it, but I didn't hear it all. And
I played the hell out of that song.
Yeah, that song's
yeah,
fire.
that song.
That
was
one
the shit.
song, yeah.
Shouts out to the Purple Ribbon All Stars and shouts out to Big Boy. Because that was one time the Outkast wasn't getting back together. And it was like, are we gonna get another Outkast?
Yeah.
No, I got Purple Ribbon All Stars, and I was like, all right, well, I guess that'll do.
I guess that
That shall suffice.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to think when that was what after was that was after Speaker Box Love Below, right?
It was, yeah.
And then we had to wait a few years till we got Idlewild.
We got Idlewild, and then everybody was like, "It's a soundtrack," and they were like, "No, it's an Outkast album." I was like, "It's still a soundtrack."
He's like, "No, it sounds like a soundtrack."
Nah, it sounds like a soundtrack. G.
Set up like a soundtrack. Yeah. I believe it says the name of the movie on the top.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's the name of the album.
They said it was like it had new songs on there. I did hear the album. It was actually a good album, but it was still.
I think I heard a few cuts from there, but I didn't hear the whole thing.
That was actually a good movie, Idlewild.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do more movies.
Especially as much as 3000 likes to act.
That's what I'm saying. They could have.
And Big Boy's in quite a few movies too himself.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like they were bad actors. It was actually a pretty good movie. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why they just didn't create more. Andre really's out the game.
I'm about to buy that movie right now.
I'm ordering it right now through Amazon.
I'll find out. And actually, you know what?
Did you say Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon.
He did.
Amazon.
All right. Amazon.
Wasn't Hollywood Divorce with Lil Wayne on that soundtrack?
It was Hollywood Divorce. That's a fire song too. Shouts out to Outkast.
That shit took me back.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Purple and All Stars, and happy birthday to
Blue Ivy.
Yeah,
straight up.
Let's see what else we got in the news, man. Future, he got some new stuff coming on the 18th if it stays on schedule. We're supposed to get an album.
The first big release of the year.
I think there's a couple things coming on the 18th.
back to the grind. Huh?
Here we go. I've enjoyed this break. Yes.
Yeah. Here we go. Like when you've been on vacation and you gotta go back to work Monday morning.
Enough. No.
Yeah. No, I know. I've been really taking the time to enjoy the music that has came out in the past year. Like really going back and like re-listening to albums, re-listening to songs. The playlist on Tidal has definitely helped me. Like, oh, I forgot about this song, whatever. But now we're gonna get back into the grind. I did hear Future song that he's got. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all right.
There's also going to be a documentary called The Wizard that's going to be on Apple Music too.
For him?
Mm-hmm. We're dropping with the album.
I wonder what he's going.
I'll let you know. As the resident Apple.
Because
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
And for anyone who's wondering, Idlewild is available on Stars.
Is it?
I just looked.
Shit. Make sure you give me the login. Oh, you can't share Apple logins, huh?
Oh, for Apple Music?
Yeah.
No.
You gotta see. That's so trash, dog. Tidal, you can do it though.
I can put you on that family plan.
Add me to the family.
Right. Just saying.
That's right, y'all. He balling out here.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, you got some news for us about Dreamville.
Right. So for those of y'all that like Dreamville, they are releasing the third installment of the Revenge of the Dreamers series, which is where I heard a lot of, I guess, like Dreamville's first wave, which was like Boss, Omen. There was somebody else too I can't think of, but it was like their first wave that they had put out was dope. That's when I first got into Boss. And then Revenge of the Dreamers 2 came out, which had a couple more of the new wave. Now this is going to be their big. I feel like this is the one that's gonna really, really hit. You know what I'm saying?
Push them over the edge.
Yeah, they got a whole squad over there. They got Earth Gang, they got Ari Lennox, they got this whole
that's true
squad. Everybody's kind of popping right now too. j.i.d, they got Loot, of course J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of popping right now, so I'm actually I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
it's always good quality stuff on there. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely gonna be good music. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, you're not interested?
Well, I'm interested.
Look, he's looking.
I'm still trying to buy this movie.
No, he's looking up TDE. Yeah. He's looking up TDE releases right now.
Yeah,
see, don't do me like that.
Complete
he's trying to see when the TDEs dropping their compilation. Why haven't they dropped the compilation yet?
I don't know. And I did just see this. Someone made this point online. I thought it was pretty interesting, and I was definitely interested. They said they would like to hear a whole collab album, just J-Rock and Kendrick. I was like, I'm here for it.
You know what? You know what I think it would actually be better? This is the first time that I'm doing this too, because I really like Kendrick.
Oh shit!
I really think that should be a J-Rock and J. Cole album.
Ooh,
yeah. I think a J-Rock and J. Cole album would actually hit a little bit harder than a Kendrick and J-Rock album.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think Kendrick would be having.
I think that is interesting.
I think they would be having too much fun if it was Kendrick and J-Rock.
But I think more business.
Yeah, I think
more business.
Bro, did you heard the song that Out of Sight, Out of Mind? That's a top one of the top songs of 2018 to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if everybody else feels that way, but that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But no, I like that's a hot song. So I mean, yeah. No.
Oh, it is. You said no.
Yeah,
no, maybe.
I've never thought of that, but that would be a decent collab.
That would be a good
now
collab.
that you say it.
Yeah.
That would be a good collab.
Yeah. Shouts out to me.
Well, I'd like to see both. You know, within this year, we can manage to have both.
I would like to see a Kendrick and Travis Scott album.
Okay.
Kendrick and Travis Scott, or who? Yeah, Kendrick and Travis Scott.
Do you think we're ever gonna get this
Kendrick
often talked about but never heard J. Cole and K. Dot collab?
It's never gonna fucking happen.
I want to hear Kendrick and j.i.d.
Detox. That album, I can tell you right now, the whole album's too fast.
That shit would be
too fast.
That shit would be like crazy.
J.I. Drake, okay? Because
J.I. Drake,
you wouldn't even know who the fuck is who.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think
he'd be like, "Yo, is that Kendrick going? Is that
You
J.I.?"
wouldn't know.
I think it'd be pretty dope to just hear that and just know that that's how fluid it would be. You know? Yeah.
You ever see when on Dragon Ball Z when they would like link up?
Exactly.
And they would sound the same? They would be both voices at the same time?
Yes.
That's exactly what would be going on.
It would.
Yeah, they would just write one verse, but they would both be rapping the same verse at the same time.
I think it'd be dope.
Yeah.
That's what I would. I want the whole song, no hook.
Just
right the whole way through.
Yeah. Just spitting.
That's not the j.i.d. though. Yeah. We appreciate it.
We do.
Yeah. What else you got, man?
We got a couple announcements from some elders. You know, some OGs in the game.
Yeah, so this is Black Tie. He about to throw some hate out there. Let's hear it.
There comes the salt.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
Let's hear it.
I'm really not. I was the first one I was going to say. That song we just listened to, that Deangelo, which I'm a fan of the song.
The song do go hard.
Yo, that's definitely different.
Dropped off a little Western ballad for those interested.
Yeah, Deangelo dropped a song for the Red Dead Redemption soundtrack.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead. Did you ever? What was the first soundtrack like?
The first one, it was just.
Did they have a soundtrack?
I don't remember if they did. They may have, but it was just Western shit. I mean, they probably did because throughout the.
It's probably real Western shit.
Yeah, because throughout the game, you'll hear music, you know, through cutscenes and even like music at the end. You'll hear music at the end of at the end of the game with like the credits and shit. You'll have that music playing. So I mean, I don't know if they had a soundtrack. I'm not sure honestly if the first one did, but I guess
is Deangelo?
Some games do though. I have a few other games that have soundtracks and shit, but Red Dead 2 obviously doesn't. Yeah, Deangelo killed it.
Name of the song is Unshaken.
Yo, that sounds like a real Western track.
Yeah. Man, Trillions, I want y'all to know, UU and Riffa hadn't heard this yet. So when I played it for them, they were like, this is interesting, but I fuck with it.
Yeah. No, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because it sounds like the real deal. It sounds like the real deal, but it's just weird because it's Deangelo.
I was thinking,
you know what I'm saying?
I want some brown sugar. I was like, what?
Brown sugar. Okay.
Like, he hit the higher note.
He hit the high note on me.
But that's just had to flex real quick.
He just had to flex a little bit. Okay. I can't do that shit.
Got it.
Nah, I ain't got it.
You got it.
I ain't got it. All right. Shit, I need a writer. For real.
No, but yeah, I'm thinking from that to this is like
Red Dead Redemption is a pretty popular game, but
it's a dope-ass game.
The interesting thing is just because you don't really hear much from Deangelo, and he just pops up on a Red Dead Redemption soundtrack,
right?
It's like
where did that work? How did that work?
Who pitched that idea?
Yeah,
yo, we need you to do a country western.
We need Deangelo on this soundtrack.
Like, with his braids, half his head is braided, half his head is out.
Just like
I think he might have made this song while he was getting it.
He's
like, I think he's getting his hair washed or something.
Give me some brown sugar.
Right.
Brown sugar, babe.
I'm listening to it and I'm like, they wasn't allowing niggas to sing like this in the
in
the Old West. In the Wild West. Yeah, niggas wasn't allowed to sing like this. Yeah, he's gonna get shot.
The fuck you doing, boy?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Boy, you on a horse?
In those times, they would look at it like, there's the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So you never know.
Yeah. Get up there and sing.
Sing that song you wrote last
night. Entertain us. Like, what?
I want your brown sugar. That's right, boy. Sing.
Hit the note.
I like the way he hits that note.
Oh God.
What else we got for this shit? Gets a little bit weird.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Snoop Dogg dropping off a project in February.
Snoop.
It's titled "I Want to Thank Me."
Oh man.
Is it
Are
because
you sure it's not a greatest hits album?
no, he actually said that phrase when he won the when he got the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Ah.
That was his thank you phrase when he got up there. He said, "I want to thank me." And I was just like, okay, nigga, shit. Nobody else?
I mean, he's really been doing a lot. You figure he did all his normal rap stuff. He gave us his Snoop Lion phase. We had his gospel album.
Yeah, we did get.
I mean, he's Snoop at this point in his career, just doing what he wants to do. I'm not mad at it.
And he can, yeah. I was gonna say he can. He's been in the game for a long fucking time.
I wonder if he's like tired. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like tired.
If he was tired, he'd just stop.
That's the thing. He didn't have to do this.
That's
what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if he's just like another one. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if he gets like this or if he's excited like he used to be. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, that's true.
I think he's motivated by some of the
doing it.
I think he's motivated by some of the nonsense that he hears. Like, I think he might hear some shit and be like, okay, that's enough of that.
You're probably right on there. He's like, you know what? I could drop something better. Let me just work on something.
He hasn't had like a good album rollout in a while though. You know what I'm saying? Like a boom, Snoop is here. Everybody like pay attention.
We're
you know what I'm saying?
Not gonna get that still just because where music's at and where the youth is at. You know, where the bigger consumers, the people who are jamming music more and everything's like that generation ain't checking for Snoop.
I think he just maybe not because it doesn't put a lot of energy to it because he doesn't have to. Maybe I'm Snoop. Like I drop when I want to drop, and people will listen.
Yeah, hardcore fans.
They might not keep listening, but they'll listen at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be.
And I just want to get y'all's opinion on this real quick because a lot of people I feel like slept on this project. Did anyone else really fuck with Bush?
I fuck with Bush.
Okay,
it's one of my favorite Snoop Dogg albums.
I think that album does not get nearly enough credit,
bro.
I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not, but I was like, it's actually kind of good, and people don't realize it.
It's really fucking good.
It is very
okay. People just don't realize it.
No, Snoop Dogg's Bush album is really fucking good, and you know what's real crazy? Before that, I hadn't heard Pharrell in the same fucking room with Chad Hugo and Forever. Yeah. I'm looking at the album. It's entirely produced by the Neptunes. Whoa, what the fuck?
Only Snoop can get that to happen.
That's what I'm saying. We got a Snoop Dogg album produced by the Neptunes, probably written by Charlie Wilson.
Stevie Wonder was on there on one of the songs,
bro.
California, I believe.
That shit has got the fucking groove.
It's a great vibe,
bro. That shit made me want to dance, and I don't even do that shit.
Yes, it does. That album definitely makes
that shit makes me want to fucking dance.
Clean the house and dance while you're doing it.
I did that.
Exactly.
You can't.
I was sweeping like
moving and shit. Yeah,
bro. That shit has got like
can't help it.
Yeah, that's a good album. The cover, just the cover art is. You seen the cover art?
Yeah, is that green with the dogs? They're
it's all green. Yeah, it's a blue dog though.
Yeah.
Shouts out to
Snoop Lion.
Snoop. He's on a different level.
To Uncle Snoop.
That's a good album that went completely under the radar.
It really did.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Snoop.
And anyone who hadn't, just go check it out. If you haven't listened to it, if you listened to it once, just go, please give it another listen. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
It's entirely Snoop singing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. I figured out what Snoop does to make his voice sound like he has a voice. Mm-hmm. He actually, if you listen closely, there's an underlay of a like female's voice.
Yes,
it's very low.
You can hear it,
but it's a real female singer that's under his voice that just makes him sound. It's like auto-tune.
Yeah.
But it just sounds more natural. It sounds like Snoop is singing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But you just gotta pay attention. It's really
you can definitely hear it, but it doesn't. You know it doesn't interrupt it.
It doesn't interrupt it. Like you can't even tell if you're not paying attention. You just think, oh, Snoop's got a voice on him. You know what I'm saying? No.
If anyone liked Sexual Eruption, I think you'd like this album.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely got some skate music in there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's got some groove shit too. Like I promise you play shit around your mom gonna dance, nigga.
Oh yeah.
I promise you, dog.
This is what you can listen to with your mom.
That's the listen. It's the
yeah.
It's that shit right there.
Yeah.
It's the smack shit. It's a 2-step snap shit. You know
hold on, I gotta look real quick to see which song is in my head. Every time I think of the album, I think of the same song. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
When he said he has a song where he was like, she's DTL and she's
that's the one I'm thinking of. That's the one I'm thinking of.
I'm thinking it's down the fuck, but he's saying down the field. Shouts out to Snoop. I see you. I see you, my guy. Yo, don't get us blocked off. Don't get us blocked off the streaming services. All right.
Are you a freak?
We need to stay
Peaches and Cream.
Above
Peaches
water.
and Cream.
Yeah, Peaches and Cream.
Yeah, that's when I got Charlie Wilson on it, right?
Yeah.
See, Charlie Wilson.
Y'all got no clue how bad I want to play this on the episode, but I can't.
Yeah,
can't do it.
It's classic. Yeah, shouts out to Snoop.
Hell yeah.
What else we got? What else we got?
Man, we got to talk. This is a movie that they have finally started production on. And this is big news.
Oh,
please tell the people.
Bad Boys for Life. The E on life is actually a 3.
3 for the third installment, obviously.
It's coming out in 2020. I did see a post from Will Smith that said day 1. I'm gonna keep y'all posted.
Now, he's with the way he's on Instagram and how he does shit. It's like he's going to be giving behind the scenes shit.
So when I seen Will Smith and say it's official with Martin a couple months ago, I came to this realization that Will Smith could have did this movie a long time ago.
Hell yeah.
I'm realizing that Will Smith is he's only doing it because Martin has figured out what needs to be done to make this movie happen. You see what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. I think he put it in Martin's court. You know what I'm saying? You know how Shylaman kind of puts the Brie Idiots in Andrew's court? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, figure this out. Like, this is yours. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like he did that to Martin. I kind of feel like he pushed Martin to figure that out.
Will said, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Will said, I'm the genie, okay?
Yeah, for real.
You go take these meetings and you let me know when I need to show up.
They probably brought Will like 12 scripts. And he was like, no, not it. No, not it. That's not it. I don't want it. Nah, it's got to be better, man. I'm only doing it if it's better.
Are you serious?
It's funnier.
Are you serious?
Harder. And then he finally was like, yo.
That's the one.
And that's when they announced it. That's what I think is, that's what I honestly believe was what happened.
That's what we're going to find out like a year after it comes out or like shortly, a couple months after it comes out. Then we're going to get behind the scene type shit after they talk about it. Like, this is how it was going down. Might be actually a few years. That's what usually happens when they... shit gets aired out, and then you find out.
I think Will is gonna definitely keep us updated on Instagram.
He
you know what I'm saying? Because he's definitely like on Instagram hardcore. I feel like he posts something every day now.
You know what I'm interested to see, because we talked about this before, way back when we talked about the possibility of a Bad Boys 3. I'm interested to see how this is done, because Will can still do all the crazy stuff. We don't know what Martin.
We definitely touched on that.
We don't know, so I'm interested to see. You don't see him as often.
I think he probably said to Martin, "Look, if you get down to like 220, I'll do the movie.
We need you to move around easily."
Oh no, but I feel like
you can't run out of breath.
I feel like Will is on autopilot, man. I don't feel like he's putting as much focus and energy into, because he's already reached. I think he reached his plateau. And at this point in time, like he's doing movies just for the fun of it.
Yeah,
I don't think he's trying to accomplish or prove anything anymore. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
You know, I think we're gonna get a lot of him too, because you figure they're working on this. So let's say, I don't know, 2 years, we'll probably get that. Aladdin's coming. He's in that. He finished shooting that. If you follow him on IG, he was talking about a movie called Gemini Man. They finished shooting.
They've been talking about that for a while ago.
Like 6 months ago, they finished shooting that. Yeah. I haven't seen any previews, so I don't know what it's about, but just from following, we know that's done. And then I was reading a thing the other day saying that he got the blessing to, if they did a movie, to play
Barack Obama. Yeah.
So I said I'd watch that.
And Suicide Squad too.
And that too.
And a solo movie for him, right?
I think that. Well, yeah, they were talking about it.
What's his name? Deadshot.
They wanted to, but yeah, Deadshot. They wanted to. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I mean, who knows with DC? You know,
well, if you got your boy from Guardians of the Galaxy doing Suicide Squad, it's probably gonna be lit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah. James Gunn.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be. Lit.
So speaking of DC, you actually, since last time we recorded, both of y'all have seen the movie now.
We did.
Yes, we
did. I went to go see Make It Wet. The movie. Star Jason Momoa.
Aquaman. Waterman.
Hydro Man.
Thoughts? What did y'all think?
Wait. First, okay. I want to hear Riffa's thoughts.
Because Riffa left last episode and went straight to the movies.
Yo, he really did.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm out. I got to go. I was like, damn, bro.
Like, we're cutting it close, buddy. No, hey, and I was supposed to actually watch it like hours before that originally. And I was like, let's try to go for the late showing because I was like, we got the podcast. I don't know if we're going to make it. I wouldn't have made it if we did to the early one. I would have been like, yeah, about those tickets.
Yeah.
But, I went straight to it. And ain't nothing to do it but to do it. And you know what? Nah, that shit was good. It was dope. Very visual spectacle. Like, you fucking see that shit. It's like, I kind of wish I saw it in, like, IMAX 3D or some shit. You know?
Me
that's
too.
How great
I might have to go back again just for that.
Yeah. Because, James Wan is brilliant. Genius. He fucking did the damn thing with that shit. Because he brought a little element of the horror in there, you know what I mean, with the trench and shit. He did that shit well because that's what he's known for. He even had his buddy from Saw, you know what I mean, like the dude that wrote, I forgot his name, Rowan something or some shit like that, Rowan, or like the dude who the pilot that they jumped out of the plane without the parachutes, that dude flying, that's the guy that was on Saw. Ankle strap, or tied up, he was the one that was in the room with the other guy.
With the one that actually cut his leg?
Yeah, the one that, he was the other guy.
He was the other guy, yeah, okay.
And the writer, you know what I'm saying?
In the original Saw. Yeah, that was him. That's wild.
He was a good friend, that's why.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I pointed out immediately. I was like, oh shit, it's the dude from Saw.
Yeah.
Like James Wan's homeboy. But yeah, they had that, and they even had a couple other Easter eggs that, I saw some shit later to see, because other people fucking see it multiple times and they fucking point out shit, see like if you didn't catch this and like Easter eggs and shit. And there's a fucking Annabelle doll down there and under the water on one of the scenes.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That shit had to be quick.
There's a fucking Annabelle. Yeah, it had to be a quick.
Because listen, if y'all haven't seen the movie, they're moving through the water at like the speed of light. Like they're moving through the water like how we move in on land. Okay,
no,
they're not
much faster.
But even faster than us on land.
Fuck yeah,
yeah. But at the same time, they can just kind of glide in the water.
Like one kick,
boom.
Yeah,
there was sonic boom.
Yeah, like these motherfuckers. Okay, like they can sonic boom swim.
Yeah. That's exactly.
But then they're over here riding like this. And I was just like, do you really?
Do you need to?
Do you need to ride that?
Do you need to ride the sea life?
Yeah. Do you have to ride the big fish?
Does it look more intimidating or something?
That's what it is, dog. I was just like, yo, I feel lazy right now, dog. Just
I was tripping when I saw what's his name.
We drive cars
from Rocky. I was like, you in Atlantis too?
Which one now?
Drago.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, he was.
I wasn't expecting to see Dolph Lundgren in this.
I knew he was signed on to it, so I knew he was going to be in there.
Not to give too many spoilers or anything, but
no.
This shit made 900. How much at the box office?
940,000 million.
The 5th, they were like 890 worldwide and climbing still.
Okay,
right now, I was looking it up. It said 940 million.
See, that's
so 940.
They're definitely.
If you haven't seen it yet, fuck you. We're giving out spoilers, nigga.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Them crab dudes were like, "Fuck y'all, we enjoyed this shit."
Yeah, for real.
They got their asses fucked up though.
They did, but it was funny.
Yeah.
That nigga was too real, dog.
He was too
real. He
real.
was like, "You can have my army, but I'll never never get my allegiance, you fucking asshole."
I was like, "Oh, he a real one out here." But
that's like the dwarf on Lord of the Rings.
Fuck yeah,
that's the same. It's probably the same fucking actor.
Like, you're not gonna fucking get me to do what you want.
Those fucking dwarfs were the exact same way, dog.
Yeah,
y'all be shitting on us because we small and shit. We'll fuck you up.
They got that big bite.
So let me ask y'all this: do you think this is their? Did y'all like this better than Wonder Woman?
I did.
It was definitely more of a fun ride than Wonder Woman.
I gotta ask our in-house expert here in Riffa. So, do you think they turned the corner now? They're gonna start closing the gap on Marvel.
Well, the thing is, what it is that they've kind of started doing it the way that Marvel did it originally, which is, build a character, have a story, don't even make it connect necessarily. Like right now they're doing it to where, they're not even doing. I mean, because they don't want to be known to copy Marvel with mid-credit and after-credit scenes and all that shit that are connecting the films together. You know, we don't have a Nick Fury, but
we did get one little scene.
Well, we got a scene, but it was just for a part 2, basically. Yeah. You know, showing spoiler alert. Nah, like I'm gonna fucking tell them that. You know, Black Manta's obviously gonna be in the second. You know, and that Asian dude, the scientist dude. He fucking
the one that nobody was listening to.
Yes, he's actually a character.
We got one of them among us right now. His name's Aquaman. Shut the fuck up.
Like, why do you think all of this sea life is washing up on shores and all this shit? It's the Atlanteans. No one wanted to hear him.
That's Atlanteans. It was like, okay, nigga.
But
can you please shut the fuck up?
I don't know much about Aquaman because I'm not a big checking for Aquaman fan type shit, but I did a little more research and shit and saw that dude's a character in the comic, and that they just it's not like he's from the movie, he's from the actual comic, and he plays a role in different versions of Aquaman. He's played different roles, so it's like who knows which way they're gonna go completely and how it's gonna play out. But there's been some predictions I've seen that I'm like, if it goes that way, that'd be cool. But it's just people hoping. They don't know what's going to be written, obviously, but I mean, movie wise, it was more colorful, so it felt more like a Marvel movie. Also,
I don't feel like it felt like a Marvel movie.
Well, color wise,
I don't even want, for me, man, it kind of felt like
because the palette it wasn't dark.
If it was a Marvel movie, there's no superhero movie that has dealt with the water and then took it to the depths that they did with it. Like they really
nice pun, but
no, for depth. Real. I know, right? But like, I guess I'm trying to think of something that was more immersive than that.
What's closest that Marvel has is Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's the only thing I can think of that's like close to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's in space
because it was like this whole fucking world underwater, dog. Like there was even points in time where I was just like,
they went to the middle, they went to the center of the world, the center of the earth.
There was at one point when I was just like, you know what? This probably isn't Atlantis, and there's probably people that live down. That's how fucking crazy like the movie was. I was like, there's probably people that live down there.
They fucking had dinosaurs. In the real ocean. They had dinosaurs in the movie.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Like when they went to the center of the earth, I felt like Journey to the Center of the Earth, or shit like that. I was like, oh shit! Like they took it to a whole nother level. Like, and that's like I said, I researched it, and they actually a lot of that shit, like a lot of the shit was like comic related.
Well, I can tell you this right now: the cartoon. I never was really big into Aquaman either, but I do remember watching like the old cartoon. Yeah, so when I seen it happen in the movie, I was like,
I was happy they paid a nod to that.
I liked how they brought that full circle because I kind of forgot about that. Like you remember in the beginning,
I did too.
He did that,
and then we don't get it all the way again till the end. And again, spoiler alert, people. But when she's like, "You can hear me," I was like, "Oh shit, that's right."
You know who played that?
No, I feel like that character. I feel like I know.
It's Mary Poppins, y'all. Julie Andrews. Yeah.
The old
lady. Yeah, the lady played the original Mary Poppins. Yeah, she was that character.
She's still alive?
Yeah. Obviously, she's down with DC.
Shit.
Yeah, but
okay. Shouts out to poppin' bitches.
I want.
I swore he was gonna say her name. I swore he was gonna say her name.
Nah, nigga. You think I can't let that one go, nigga?
I can't.
Poppin' bitches? Sorry.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't know she's like. They just dropped the Mary Poppins movie, and
with the new chick.
Yeah, with Emily Blunt.
Yeah,
but I was wondering.
I didn't
if she gave the nod, like, yeah, let's do this. I think I heard some shit about that. Like they kind of asked what she thought about the new one coming out, and she was like, oh yeah, like she was kind of for it.
It's about time. They're doing remake. They're doing remakes of shit that came out like 5 years ago.
Fuck yeah,
you could do a remake on that.
Yeah, for real.
On Mary fucking Poppins. They should do a remake on that. Oh, you ever seen this? We're getting off a little off
part two. It's part two. She returns.
You ever seen this movie with what's that old black and white show with it whistles in the intro?
Andy Griffith show?
Andy Griffith. You remember that little weird fucking dude that be all bug-eyed and shit? Do you remember him?
Yeah.
I think he's dead now. He's like hella old. He was hella old when that came out. You know that? He had a movie, an old black and white movie that came out where he like fell into a pool and he became like a cartoon fish.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like he like fucking drowned in the pool or some shit.
He looks like,
and he met like a chick like a chick fish, and he was in all his little fish shit or whatever. And I was like, they could remake that into a movie today.
You said that, and like the first thought when you say he turned into a fish, the way he looked, and you say he turned into a fish. The first thought I had was like the Simpsons mutated fish that's all bulgy type shit because he had the bulgy eyes too.
He had the bulgy eyes.
Real quick. That is the best description ever.
That's what the fuck happened.
He fell through a pool, turned to a fish. He met a fish chick, and they would do a fish shit.
Is that what I said?
Yes.
That is the fish shit.
That is the best movie description I've ever heard.
Yo, let me tell you something. As a kid, I was like,
broke it down perfectly.
That shit was wild. Like, yo, that nigga became a fish. Oh shit. I mean,
perfect review.
Right. Nah, but Aquaman was a good movie. I do think that it has turned the tide for DC. I think people are respecting DC a little bit more. Some people call it a soft reboot of the DC universe.
They say that, but it's also they're saying a soft reboot, but they're also like Zack Snyder's name was attached to it. It's kind of like the last of the Snyder attached movies, so it's kind of like the end of that. Also, people are saying it's the beginning, but I also seen other people saying it's also the end of the Snyder controlled DC universe, where this is kind of the final one that he was part of, kind of, I believe. And another thing is that it's they're taking the direction of where it's like their movies standing alone, you know, and like Shazam is gonna come next, and that's gonna be a standalone like origin type movie. Also, kind of like this Aquaman was an origin story as well, and then like after that, Wonder Woman's gonna come with 1984 or whatever it is, and that's. I don't know what direction they're going to take that one and how they're going to connect it to the other, you know, because the DCU
to present day and shit.
Yeah, I mean, who knows where the direction they're going to take, because like with Justice League, how it ended up happening, turned out and shit. Like the future was really like, who knows if they're going to be making another Justice League anytime soon before they build up these characters, which I rather see, because then, you know, people are going to be more invested in it. Kind of like how they were Marvel. So, you know, I'll see what they do. But Batman, they're gonna, before it's all said and done, before they do another Justice League, they're gonna have some recasted people, definitely. So
yeah, I saw a video. There was a couple Wonder Woman Easter eggs in there too.
Yeah,
there was.
Mm-hmm. Like what?
Like when the dude had all the newspaper on the wall.
Yeah.
There's a couple like clippings
saying about
one was like Wonder Woman denies dating rumors or something. Yeah, just a couple little funny things like that. I was like, oh, okay.
Like they were dating shit. And the thing is, Jason Momoa said he wouldn't mind having a cameo of Wonder Woman in part 2.
I wouldn't mind having a cameo of Mira.
Yeah, Mira.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back off. Put that one out.
Back off.
Fight to the death, nigga.
Hey, speaking of stuff, remaking stuff.
Fire. Let's do this.
Ring of Fire.
Speaking real quick of remaking stuff, this reminded me. I was reading the thing saying they're going to do another reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean without Johnny Depp.
No.
Yeah, let
that go. Just end it. It's done. If he's not
the
in
messed
it,
up part, I'll find the article and so I can show it to y'all. But the tone of the article was very much making it sound like Disney didn't want to pay him how much they knew they'd have to pay him. And I said, "Oh, well, they're just
letting him go."
Because I don't think he really wants to do this shit anymore. I think he's just like, dog, fuck. He's like the Johnny Depp of not Johnny Depp. He's like the Robert Downey Jr. of Pirates of the Caribbean. He's like, fuck.
But it's so perfect.
The seventh one, shit.
He's probably like, you know how drunk I have to get into this role. In between shooting, I get in trouble. There was video of me that got me in trouble, and I was just getting ready to be Jack Sparrow.
I'm not gonna laugh at this, dog. All right, I can't laugh at this. All right, did. No, I don't really care to see anymore.
Yeah,
Pirates of the Caribbean, because I don't really feel like there's much else to kind of get from it. You know, what I'm saying?
I think. If it's not even gonna have him in it, just let it go. It's a great franchise, but if it's not gonna be like the same people, like it's done.
It's like the new Hellboy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really want to see that.
I don't know. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I saw that trailer and I was just like, I don't know.
He's just kind of thrown off. He's just like, it's not my guy.
It doesn't. It's not Ron Perlman.
It's not Ron Perlman.
He doesn't have that same.
It's not permutations.
Presence.
No.
You know. I mean, yeah, it's the dude from.
I mean, Ron Perlman's old as hell though. He's old as shit.
Ron Perlman was pissed off.
He's like 70-something years old.
I saw an interview and he said he was still pissed off because they had a third script for a third Hellboy, and he said it was good, but I guess the company or whatever, the people didn't want to make the movie, and it was good. He was like, why not finish the trilogy? Like, we have a trilogy.
They probably forecasted it and was just like, dog, it's gonna be too much money that we're putting out to not get as much back as we want back.
Yeah. And he said
because they're not big hits, man. You know what I'm saying? They're strong movies, but they're not big hits. Yeah. I like them.
They're good.
Yeah, but not everybody was checking for Hellboy.
No, they weren't. But the thing is, yeah, they were already in the works of rebooting it, getting a whole new person, everything. Yeah, that's why they
I just look. He's 68 years old.
68. That's what I'm saying. He's old as shit. Yeah. All right. I see him on Crackle's show Startup, and I'm like, bro, you got to stop yelling. Because he be getting turned. I'm like, bro, calm down.
You got to stop.
We need you to stretch it out. We need to stretch it out a little bit longer, dog. Because I like him, man. He's a good dude, man.
That's why he played a good Hellboy, because Hellboy like snaps like that, you know.
Yeah,
but
he did play good Hellboy.
The thing is, yeah, the new dude, he's from Stranger Things. It's that dude, Hopper.
That's who it is.
That's who it is. The dude from Stranger Things.
This guy's getting all the fucking. I just seen him in another trailer. Oh, for Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, the new Pet Cemetery.
So you don't know about Pet Cemetery, huh? Yo, Pet Cemetery probably came out when he was born.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think that shit came out in 1990.
I was say he wasn't even outside.
No, he definitely wasn't outside.
he was in the womb.
Yo, you ain't seen Pet Cemetery? I bet you came out like 90 or 91.
89.
Okay. 89. I was close.
So, yeah, wasn't even alive.
You was 1 year old.
Actually,
you were 1 year old.
In 89?
Yeah.
No, I was born in 90.
He wasn't born, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even born.
Shit.
Let's see, and it was April 89 too.
Bro, I remember seeing that shit and being shook at 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cemetery. I didn't look at Cemetery's the same.
Steve.
Bro, for real. Like, anytime somebody's like, yo, like, I'm burying this pet, I'm like, yo, don't do it in my backyard, G, because I don't need that shit coming back to life, my nigga.
I feel safer with doing it in the backyard. Like, don't take it to the pet cemetery.
Wait.
Because that's where, like, that one, you see the bushes? You see that opening? Don't walk on that trail.
Right.
This one was rated
burial
R.
ground.
Yeah.
You were like 4.
Bro, let me say something.
Why would you? Of course you were scared.
Don't judge me. All right, don't judge me. All right. Let me say something.
4 years old.
Our generation was brought up.
Of course you were scared.
He said, of course you were scared.
You were 4 years old watching a Stephen King rated R movie.
Bro, I'm telling you. Our age, our generation, we grew up on rated R shit.
Yeah.
We grew up on rough shit, bro.
We grew up on looking over the couch. Like when you are supposed
to.
What was that movie you were showing me?
Supposed to leave the room and you're
kid.
still there watching.
What was that movie you were showing me like 2 weeks ago with that badass kid?
Problem Child?
Problem Child.
When he was at the birthday party, just fucking stuff up.
Problem Child.
Man.
It was a problem.
Yeah.
That's okay. That was like what we were.
Yo,
as
you
kids.
never seen any of the Problem Child movies?
Problem children.
Yo, go back and watch those movies, dog.
Maybe one of them.
Go back and watch those movies, all right?
Go watch the first one.
His
definitely.
2 movies he's got, right? Or 3?
I don't know if he was in the third. I don't know if he was in the third.
Okay, I remember one where he got like a little girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or a little sister or something.
He might actually be in all 3 because you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think he was. And then
like
she was a problem too.
She was like worse than he was.
She was worse. Yeah. Fuck. You're right.
Shouts out to the Problem Child. Shout out to my generation. All right?
That was part 2.
We never gave a fuck.
Either way, shit.
I know. Pet Cemetery looks pretty interesting too. So.
It does. But that dude, he's everywhere. That dude from Stranger Things. Kind of like the girl. She's on the new. She's on Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yeah, she's on.
So I mean, they're getting work. Stranger Things made them superstars.
Yeah.
And that's coming.
And that's coming back to yes.
Hey, you know, I'm also real quick before we get off movies. I'm trash for this, but I did it on purpose. There was another extended preview during the game tonight for Captain Marvel, which I purposely didn't watch. I could have said something, but you know, me and preview. So,
oh man,
why you didn't watch it?
I'm gonna watch it.
You know why I didn't watch it?
You feel like it's gonna show you too much?
It's gonna show me too much.
Bro,
so I said, not that my guy watch it, no one in this room gonna watch it. Bro, I'm just not saying nothing.
Bro, I do not think that movie's gonna be lit, so I would have watched it.
We talk about it's a bridge to Avengers 4.
I will watch it after we're done.
I know you will.
Yeah.
It's a bridge to Endgame. When we get that in April?
Yeah, I just put my girl on Infinity War. She just
watched it. She finally watched it?
Yeah, she just watched it.
Better late than never, I suppose. It's still I'm appalled.
What did she think of the snap?
Well, she actually died laughing when he was like, "You should have went for the head." She just was like, "Oh shit, nigga!" And she just started dying laughing. Which I don't remember that was like I don't remember that being a funny part to me when I watched it.
It was devastating in theaters.
Yeah. It was just like, damn.
I was like, you're right. Yeah. Like when I saw that, I was like, why didn't you?
I was like, damn, she did. She was like, oh shit, nigga, why you ain't going for the head?
Oh shit,
that does sound like her.
She was acting stupid. I was like, all right. She was definitely pissed off at Quill.
Yep.
She was like, "Oh, this why I can't watch this shit."
Someone put on Twitter they were watching a movie and paused and had a still shot of how much of his hand was showing when they were pulling off the
bro. It was like
it was like half the hand out,
bro. Yeah. He had to grab. His
fingertips were like,
bro. It was like here,
yeah,
and he had to grab that bitch with his thumb. That's how.
Yeah, that's how far.
That's how far off that shit was. Okay.
Yeah.
Marvel was some assholes for that.
Bro.
They played the fuck out of you with that shit, dog.
They really did.
Yeah.
Star-Lord ruined everything. See, I'm getting mad again just thinking about it. And in the theater when he's talking about I should have gone for the head, I remember being quiet.
Yeah.
That whole last 10 minutes just were like
everyone was more in shock, like, oh my god.
Yeah, everybody's just floating away.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Fading
away, turning to dust.
Yeah, Tani was like, Tani was like, he ain't gonna turn to dust. Oh, he did.
They should have played All We Are Is Dust in the Wind as that shit was happening.
I'd have turned my back on Marvel for good. How dare y'all do this?
That'd been perfect.
Shouts out to Marvel. I can't wait for the next one.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so
so good. Shouts out to
good.
Aquaman too. By the way, since we're on Marvel right now, Aquaman better than Black Panther?
Wakanda
forever. Hey, I think you need to get these Twitter streets popping and tweet that.
Hey, all I gotta say is
people have been. That's what made me think about it.
That's the thing that's going on.
I've been seeing people
articles are talking about like that
stuff
too.
that's coming out that's like, yo, I seen people saying that Aquaman is just Black Panther with water.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I'm ready to say it's better, but I have
Who
heard
had better
some
CG?
I have to say Aquaman did.
Aquaman CG was on fucking point.
Yeah, it was on point. Aquaman did because they had James Wan.
Yeah, that shit was on point. I got to be real.
Once you get off the emotional high when Black Panther first dropped, you can honestly and fairly evaluate it.
Yeah.
Yes, at first, this is the best movie ever, all time, blah blah blah.
It's not.
Then you're like, okay, it's not, but it's good. I don't know if I want to say Aquaman is better, but no, CG on Aquaman is on point.
Very on point.
I mean, the themes are very similar. You know what I'm saying?
And they really are.
Yeah, the king returning home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but the Lord of the Rings. The last one was the Return of the King. Those themes are kind of played out and about through.
Y'all just gonna force me to watch this, huh?
Yes, nigga.
He needs to watch Lord of the Rings.
The fuck? You think we're gonna talk about epic movies?
How many
epic movie?
3?
One of the most epic, if not the most epic.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, 300 stands up there with it.
Yeah. But I think Aquaman might be better than Black Panther.
It could be. I mean,
I really do, man. And just by a hair, though. You know
there's a few things that obviously it's like. I wish there was more Black Manta, but I understand why they sprinkled him in there just to get you ready for him.
He was in there though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was in there. I just wanted more. Like that last fight scene is like you get it, and then when he dies, or not dies obviously, but when he gets hit and is taken out, I'm like there should have been more. Like he went down a little too quick at that last point to me. Like it was just that he tossed that ball like. Fucked his ass up and took him down the mountain, And then it's like, damn it, I wanted more. Like, there was a little more Black. I don't know. Me, I wanted Black Manta to be more of a villain. Because I've also seen, obviously, like, animation DC shit also where Black Manta and Orn, you know what I'm saying, the brother, they team up and they only touched on it in this movie, I felt like, where there's other ones where it's like, there's a lot more going on between them, but then the storylines are different as well on those, you know, certain characters are, you know, it's done differently, you know, like in one of the animations, they're teaming up and, you know, the brother, you know, Orn, he ends up killing the mom right there, you know what I'm saying, in Atlantis and shit, but that's just a different story, you know what I'm saying, like they have different versions all over, like for how Aquaman becomes Aquaman. You know?
Right. And they restarted DC 2 back in like a couple years ago too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
It's like a refresh.
They do it every so often. I mean, I remember when like a thing like New 52 was like the new thing, and now it's like it's old already. Like the comics and shit. So it's like, I don't know. Either way, I can't wait for part 2 though, because that's how good part 1 was. You know, Aquaman, like, and it better have James Wan on their shit too.
It's probably gonna be him.
It better be.
Yeah, it's not gonna be anybody.
It's gonna be shit. It's probably gonna be his most gross movie he ever did.
Yeah, it is.
It's good for him. It's killing it. It's not slowing down.
It's about to hit $1 billion easily. It's gonna hit $1 billion here in a second.
You think it's gonna pass Black Panther? Because I've seen articles
saying Black Panther did like what 1.2,
1.2 billion. 1.2 billion. Yeah.
It's kind of winding down, but I don't know.
You gotta think though. Glass is about to come out.
Niggas don't like M. Night Shylaman.
Man, but they do like Unbreakable. They like
Split was cool.
Split.
Unbreakable was alright, but
combine them all together with
Mr.
Motherfucker himself.
I've seen Split. I seen Split when it was in theaters, right? And then I seen the previews for Glass. I was like, let me go back and watch Unbreakable. Because I was like, I don't know that I saw this when it came out.
Right.
And I think it came out in like 2000. It's not that great of a movie, honestly. It just gives you the backup story.
Right.
So I'm ready for Glass now. But
no, my girl didn't. I don't think she's seen Unbreakable. She don't remember seeing Unbreakable.
I seen Unbreakable, but it was very forgettable.
It's not a good movie. Yeah, honestly.
I don't care what any of y'all say. I watched that multiple times and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I felt like that shit was a dope scenario where it's like he fucking, because it has Samuel L. Jackson's character in there and he's trying to find his. I mean, it was like superheroes in real life, basically how they finally
right.
They're summing it up, and it was like the introduction of it. I never saw it becoming a trilogy.
Right,
you know what I'm saying. So to add that at the end, sprinkle it at the end, the Split. I knew. I was like, oh, they're gonna make this a trilogy. They're gonna. Pin
Split
them
was cool. I like Split. I fucks with Split. You know what I'm saying.
I mean, you gotta think he's getting better. I mean, Unbreakable is one of M. Night Shyamalan's older movies. You know, so it's like he's still
when he was actually likable, and that shit wasn't even all that.
Well, see,
this is back when he was first, yes, and this is people liked him, and then he just started doing shit. And he was just like,
well, see, I think Unbreakable was still in that line of he was still being liked, and then it was kind of like The Village and all these other ones came out that it was like, okay, now what are you doing,
bro?
So. Which I watch those and they're good to watch. It's like a music album review where it's like, yeah, it's good to listen once, but that's about it.
Yeah, he just be having some weird. He just has some weird endings, man. You know what I'm saying?
He just always tries to hit you with a twist.
Swing away. I was just like, okay.
Hey, don't you dare! How dare you shit on Signs? Signs was a great movie.
It was cool. He has he knows how to like lead people up. It's just that when it comes to like the wrap up. It's just like the fuck.
It was too simple.
Yeah, bro. Like like he'll do like this like weird thing with the wrap up, and I'm just like, the fuck? Why this? Like you could you had like a whole premise that was like fire as shit, and then for this, you know what I'm saying? The fuck.
Everything played a key in that movie, man. The kid leaving the water all over. The kid would do with
the happening with the trees. Just
hey,
it just stops.
Too? That's his first rated R movie too.
It was cool until the end, and I was just like, the fuck.
Well, I kind of seen that.
No, when that's what the happening was like the last time I was like, you know what? I'm done with your fucking shit. I'm done with your shit.
Whatever. I only happening too. Like there's some that I enjoy. You just don't like being. I can tell you're one of the movie viewers that doesn't like being taken for a fool at the end. Like, God damn it! Why the fuck did you do that?
Like, yo, it's the trees. They release invisible toxins.
If you're trying,
they just want to murder themselves. Like I was
that's
just
supposed
like,
to be your
bro.
Mark Wahlberg. That's horrible.
Bro, that shit was so corny, bro. It's just Mark Wahlberg and the chicken that just sitting there. Just
but it was
the trees are wrestling and it's
the
like,
motherfuckers killing themselves.
Yeah, but you can't see it. So how do you know that shit is even coming to you?
The thing is, to me, it was an interesting point. That was like our planet, basically.
I get the concept. I get that.
Yeah,
I get it. It's just dumb.
No, it ain't.
It's just dumb.
That's dumb because like, what else is gonna take us out?
Hey, that
other than ourselves.
Me,
I don't know, man.
Our planet.
I'd rather the revelations be starting.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I saw some earlier today that showed a mock-up of what the monsters, demons, whatever the hell you want to call them, look like in Bird Box, but they opted not to.
No, because it was like a green,
because it just was going to be trash, right?
Yeah, they said it was like a.
I know that's what it was.
I'll show you the picture later.
Sandra Bullock said she laughed the whole time that they were showing. After she did a scene.
Now that I've seen them, I'm like, yeah, they'd have lost credibility.
Bro, I know that's exactly why they didn't show them. She was like, yo, we're gonna use these papers, and or I had figured that maybe. They can't make it look the way they want because they don't have enough budget for the CG.
But they said it had like a fat snake, like green baby, ugly baby face like monster.
I'll show you. I'll show you later. But it's better they didn't.
See, I didn't see the actual photo of it. I didn't.
I was reading. I was gonna read it. They were talking about like what it was gonna look like, but I didn't actually click on the actual article. I had a feeling it was gonna be some shit.
I'm glad they didn't show it.
Yeah,
they said
the pictures look scarier, I guess.
Yeah, the dude's drawings.
Yeah. I thought he was just trying to save money. But let's get all these movies, man. What else we got on this?
We got two things in music, man. One good and one we're gonna have you shit on somebody. First one, shout out to Chris Brown.
He's calling it.
I was reading part of his new deal. RCA has him owning his own masters, so it's always a good thing.
Yeah, it is always a good thing to own your masters.
Yeah. Before they get stomped on.
Yeah.
Especially for someone who's susceptible to be taken down.
Yeah.
More to come on that in a moment.
Yes. To be
continued. Wait. If you do get taken down, what is owning your masters really gonna?
Because he'll find a way. He'll find a way.
Somebody's got to play you somewhere.
He'll find someone.
What, internet radio?
He'll find someone.
It's like some dude in like
he's gonna be in a garage playing
AM station
in his neighborhood.
He'll find someone.
Like 92.4 AM. Some dude is staticky and shit.
He'll find someone.
And you hear
he's gonna have one of those like
on it poppin'.
Oh god, that's gonna be hard. You're gonna have like a CB radio station.
That's what I'm saying.
Where it's like
all the static and shit
for truckers.
You'll find it.
It's Chris Brown popping on there.
Oh my god,
that'd be fucked up. That like that in the movie. In Bird Box, she's trying to find some help, and you're like, "Is that Chris Brown?"
Yeah, they're like,
"Is that Run It?"
Right. You see if you can run it. What the heck? Wait. We gotta go back to Aquaman for a second. Did James Wan direct Fast and the Furious?
Yeah.
There's a scene in fucking Aquaman that is fast as furious as fuck. Okay? I think they swim from the water into Egypt or whatever. There's some music playing and shit, and they're like letting their hair down and all this shit. And I was like, yo, this is a Fast and the Furious scene, dog. Yeah, it was just a quick little like 20-second moment, dog, where it's just like, like a beach moment and shit.
Yeah.
You remember that part?
Let my hair out. Yeah,
they had like some little music playing and shit. I was like, yeah, that's James Wan all day. Yeah, shout out to Chris Brown. I mean,
where's Vin Diesel?
It's always good to own your masters, man.
I think 21 Savage does too.
No, yeah, he owns his shit too. Yeah, 21's a G.
He played it smart from the beginning.
Yeah, he did. He really did. Came in there from the streets.
He said, "You ain't gonna fuck me." Fuck that.
Oh shit! Now for the portion of the show.
Drake slander?
No, it's not Drake slander, but
OVO slander.
This is some. First of all, I would never endorse that portion of the show. That's when I get up and leave.
You said,
but I was reading this article earlier in the week, and Apple Music made a promotion. So they promoted Ebro, and
wait a minute,
he's going to be the head of hip hop and R&B. Sorry, the global editorial head of hip hop and R&B at Apple Music. Quick excerpt here. It says, as Apple Music's new global head of hip hop and R&B, Ebro will manage a team of hip hop and R&B editors as they build out editorial plans for artists, albums, and song releases. And then it also says, with his own team and cross-functional teams, they will be plugged into the various music communities and seek out talent in the U.S. and around the world. He will also have a leadership role within the company to find ways to connect with urban music communities and beyond.
Okay. I want to hear Riffa's take.
Off with his head. No, just kidding. No. Nah. I don't know. I hear all this shit and it's like, ain't nobody supporting us.
Want to hear my take?
Put us on. No.
Is he a known name around the community? Yes.
Yes.
Has he been around for a while? Yes.
Yeah. A little too wow.
Does he have his finger on the pulse?
Debatable.
Do we want him seeking out the new talent? No.
Debatable.
I can understand why from maybe oh, look at my resume, why this might be a good choice. Yeah. But Apple, this ain't it.
So let me tell you something. This is what happened. All right. Ebro went up to Apple and it was like, yo, Apple, I see you don't really know what's going on in the culture. I do. I got Hot 97, the world's most respected radio station. Don't worry about Power 105. Those numbers ain't real.
We had Kodak.
Okay. Did you see what we just did with Kodak? Numbers.
No, not the Breakfast Club, the other one.
Oh, shit.
I'm telling you, just put me on. Let me
handle it.
Watch me work. You don't got any black people working here. You need me. And Apple was like, fuck, nigga, we don't know what we're doing. Sure. Go ahead.
Go ahead, do you?
Yeah, we don't know. You've been working with us on Beats Radio with your segment. It's not doing that well, but we believe you and trust you. And that's what happened.
So
now Black Tie's mad.
Ebro pitched it to them. They didn't I don't think they came to him.
I just don't think this is the most solid choice. I feel that I won't call the man out of touch. That's maybe going a bit far, but I just feel like there's so many other choices, younger choices, maybe that they could have made.
Like who?
Oh man, who's a younger? Because I feel like let's back it up real quick. Even in his own lane, I don't feel like he's the most popping. Like if you want to go, okay, let's look at a terrestrial radio show that's popping. Right. His show is not the most popping one.
Right.
So I'm feeling like, come on, man. Like now you have.
They do need some young energy, though.
I don't want to use this name, but when you look at younger people who, as much as we clown them, who are kind of in touch with what's going on, when you have people like academics, for example,
yeah,
would I pick him? No, but that's just not like clowning them. But to be fair, though, he's very much he knows what's going on.
He's a better choice.
He's a better source. He has a big audience. He is in touch with the younger, and not to say you only have to cater to a younger crowd, but if you're talking about as far as seeking talent and building, you may want to have someone who is a little more in touch with,
Well, academics, I will say this. I've noticed recently that he has been kind of tapping into more than just what he used to cover. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's tapping into like other people. Like he'll talk about Nipsey Hussle and you know what I'm saying? Like he kind of spreads it out a little bit more. He's a little more cultured with it. I will say that. And before it was just like red dreads only, nigga. And now he's
kind of spreading out.
He's spreading out a little bit more, which,
opening his wings.
Yeah.
Do you think that this was a move that maybe to counter how much Spotify's put behind Joe Budden?
Absolutely.
Which I feel like is a much better choice.
Yeah.
Like if he wasn't already taken, that's who I would have said.
Of course.
I think a lot of people would say that though,
Yeah.
He like we said before on another episode, is like he's found his place in hip hop where in actual hip hop as a rapper he wasn't finding his place. He's actually doing better as a podcaster than he did in the game in hip hop. Like in like fame wise, like people know who the fuck he is. They're tuning in, and he's probably doing bigger numbers than he did then. Now than he did
he's
then.
Getting way more reach than he was with his albums.
So he's definitely a better choice. I think a lot of people.
Who would you think would be a decent choice?
A decent choice?
Mm-hmm.
I would. I don't know if I would pick Joe Budden directly because of everything he's got going on now, but
he's probably already out.
I would definitely pick somebody like Rory. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Rory is like a guy that he's understand. I feel like he would take the job serious. Mm-hmm. I feel like he would bring different levels of good quality shit.
Mm-hmm. So you could get him and Kaz in there if you wanted to.
Yeah. I feel like there's some people out there that they got their finger on the pulse of things. They're young. I feel like Rory's young. He's only like 27, 28, something like that.
Yeah, I think he's 28.
Yeah, 28. All right, that's young. I mean, he also respects like the old school. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? As well as, you know what I'm saying, he's open to like the new school or whatever. I like Rory. He's white. You gotta have a good white guy back there sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. I think Roy, like, some people they talk about like certain people and they're like, yo, that's a culture vulture. I don't feel like Roy's a culture vulture. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's deep within it and he knows everything that's going on. I feel like he'd be. I feel like this motherfucker is like one of the people that's running Duce Palooza.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Jay-Z trusts him, I mean, I gotta trust this nigga too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being for real, dog. You let Jay-Z trust him with the brand of Duce. I mean, of course, there's other people involved, but you know what I'm saying? Why not Roy? You know what I'm saying? He's also not a guy that I think would want to use it for his own personal gain. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like he would use it to
do exactly what
to like to be, push the culture forward. Yeah. I feel like Ebro would use it for his own personal gain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just that
makes sense. Take. It just makes sense.
I don't know. I just don't trust this dude's. And I think that Apple, I'm kind of surprised that they missed. There's been this shift lately of the industry just kind of being like, man, we don't really trust him, man. We don't, we ain't really rocking with Ebro. Right. And that's from artists themselves. Like,
right.
If you want someone to be in tune with all of that stuff, you kind of have to pick someone that artists rock with them.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
I didn't shit on him that hard. See?
That hard?
No, Ebro's kind of trash. Sorry.
No, it was a little more tame than I was expecting.
It is what it is, nigga. Okay? Deal with it. Move on, nigga. Okay? Give a damn if you watching a YouTube video or not, nigga. Move. About the fuck away, nigga. Let the real niggas in. Move, nigga.
He tried to hold it in. Now
he just had to get out. He just had to let it out.
Shit, we don't want you here. Shit.
Just keep going. We
don't want you here, nigga. Shit.
It's gonna be 20 minutes later.
Move over.
Bye. I said bye, nigga. What else we got?
Oh man,
I'm just trying to figure out like who's sitting down and is like, yo, I gotta hear what Ebro got to say about this.
Nobody.
Who's saying that?
Exactly, no one.
Who these niggas, people that say that they got it, they like 40 plus. Y'all want to know what I want to know what Ebro got to say about this shit.
Y'all should have went and got Vince Staples. He keep it all the way real.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He will keep it all the way with you.
Vince Staples is out here too. Yeah.
Oh man,
we got anything else on this list, man?
Yeah, we got something on here. All right.
Oh, here we.
Are we down to the?
It's time for the motherfucking reviews.
We ain't got no motherfucking reviews, nigga.
Yeah. No reviews, but
we just gonna dive right in here.
Yeah.
Robert Kelly, your boy.
Whoa, not your boy. Not your boy.
This ain't y'all boy?
No, that ain't my boy.
Has Robert Kelly ever been y'all boy?
At one point, I think he your boy, my boy.
Don't speak for me.
Yeah, I think he was your boy. Yeah, he was your boy.
Exactly.
He was your bump and grind boy.
Don't speak for me.
Yeah.
He was your grown man, baby business.
grown man.
Nah, at one point, yeah, I supported him.
Okay, yeah.
I did.
Let's be real. At one point, we all supported R. Kelly.
Oh, I'm like that.
Oh shit.
And don't speak for me.
I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. Oh, you can't speak for me either.
We support R. Kelly. Yeah. Now, no, somebody just cussed that part. I'm saying somebody cussed that part. You can do that, bro. You can
I'm gonna ruin you by cutting.
You need to make sure you edit that shit right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
No, listen, we all liked R. Kelly. R. Kelly put out some hits. You can't ever really deny like his talent, his musical genius, his creativity.
Nah.
I mean, you could deny some of it because he kind of got a little wacky there at the end.
Oh, he did.
There's a song where he's like doing like animal sounds, like he's in the jungle.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, 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 he's doing all kind of shit like that, and I was like, all right, you're doing a little much, bro. You kind of getting running dry on the well there.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Where did the hits go at that point? But
just real quick, I guess we should have introed it a little. For anyone who has just been, I don't know, sleep for the last week.
Yeah.
Lifetime, right?
AKA Armageddon.
The 6-part documentary Surviving R. Kelly. And it set the world, online, social media, the streets, anywhere, with a phone, computer,
yeah, it's
laptop,
a big topic of discussion. And
on fire.
It's only right that we discuss it too.
Yeah.
And the fire is wild.
Yes. No one is safe.
No one.
It is taking no prisoners.
I'm trying to like this is this is a Thanos snap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Seeing people Lifetime just had the Thanos snap.
Fade away into ashes. I've seen Jordan Lucas catch. I've seen a lot of people catch the heat.
Well, what was so mind blowing to me was like we knew it was coming.
Yeah,
we knew this was going to get released. We knew a lot of. We didn't know a lot. We knew some of the dirt, but I never would have guessed that when this coming out would have really just set everything ablaze like this.
Yeah, it really has. Which lets me know that there was a lot of people that were asleep. Well, I don't even want to say asleep. I think they just as far as like fans and stuff.
Yeah, they weren't.
But the other celebs, the music industry, I don't feel like these motherfuckers were asleep at all. I feel like a lot of them were like they knew everything that was going on,
and they just were and
some of them knew deeper than others. Mm-hmm. We always had people that made their jokes and shit like that. We always knew some like weird shit was going on. Yeah. But
his assistant should be ashamed of himself.
Now I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't watched the whole thing. I've only watched one episode.
Okay.
So you can't give me any spoilers.
His assistant talks in that first one and the second one. It was that dude named Demetrius.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he talks a lot in the first two.
The one that said he helped forge the papers?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, he's wild.
There was a lot of shit that he was involved in. I'm like, okay, you got some explaining to do too, because you were very much an enabler to some shit that you admittedly you knew was wrong.
Sounds like a scumbag.
Well, I don't know though, man, because I think that like, I mean, I'm not saying I don't know if he's a scumbag. I'm just saying, but I would think that. Well, like R. Kelly at that time period, how popping he was, that it was easy for him to make whatever he wanted to happen.
Yeah,
whether it was money, whether it was.
I think you could say that of any. I think you said of any celebrity.
Any celebrity, right?
Yeah, when you're at that point of your career,
you aren't told no.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's got a Doug. Shouts out to House of Cards. I'm saying like there's people that got people that they know what they be doing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, they have their loyalty to whoever.
It's like,
you know what I'm saying?
Swept under a rug.
Yeah. So don't worry about that. I'll take the fall.
I'll take care of this.
Yeah, I'll take care of this. You know what I'm saying? I believe he was definitely the guy that was doing that.
Yeah.
So I watched all 6. All 6 parts. And
you couldn't stop.
You deleted all your R. Kelly music
immediately.
So let me tell you how I did this. I didn't just watch all 6. I watched them like all the way through, like in one sitting,
back to back to back to back. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said.
I binged it. So they were like each one's an hour long. When you watch it, skipping commercials, it takes about 4 hours.
Bro, this ain't never the Black Mirror season.
Yeah,
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So I watched the whole thing, and there's a lot of stuff that we did know about. I did know about that, but I will say I did not quite realize how bad some of the stuff was, and how long some of the stuff had been going on, and how much this was some shit that's been building upon itself since he was early in his career, like before he was anyone to keep going. And yeah, it's bad. I will say that this is bad.
That's what I've heard. I did like reading shit and like what was being talked about it. It's just like all I hear is like, what the fuck? Like, it's bad. He was bad, and it's like, damn.
You just don't. I mean, I only watched the first episode because I don't got cable, but and I really wasn't like in a rush to watch it because I don't know. I kind of already, you know what I'm saying, let R. Kelly go a while ago. You know what I'm saying?
I feel exactly.
So I just didn't kind of really want to rehash any of that, but I was like, let me go and watch it. But the song AJ Nothing But a Number, I can't listen to it the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they touched on that in the first episode, don't they?
They do, man. They do. But it's just like when you hear it and you know, like you realize like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like, it's a song about like a young chick enticing a grown man. And you're like listening to it. And you realize it's not really written by her. It's written for her by a man. Mm-hmm. It's just like, all right. This like this little weird fantasy being played here. Yeah. But, you know, at the same time, man, like we were talking earlier, you know what I'm saying? How like that song when we were young, it was relatable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you're young. As a 34-year-old man.
How many times did you say that? Multiple times.
Oh, I've definitely said it.
Yeah. AJ,
you can say that as an old person. You can say, I can say that. If I wanted to date a woman that was 55 years old, she was like, oh, you're too young for me. You're a baby. I'd be like, AJ Nothing But a Number, baby.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just weird when it comes from like somebody that's 14 saying it to, you know, a full grown
man. Yeah, grown
man,
yeah.
A grown woman or whatever.
Grown
you know
woman,
what I'm saying?
Either or.
One thing though that kind of like I thought about is like, all right, so he was raped when he was young. He said from like 7 to like 13 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Which just kind of got me thinking, man. You know, I know like a lot of people are like, yo, castrate him, kill him, and all this, or you know what I mean. I kind of think he just needs help. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He's broken, he's been broken. I mean,
he's fucked up in there.
He's fucked up in the head because of it.
Yeah, definitely. And he's just fucking up other people. Hurt people.
Exactly. He's hurting people because he was hurt.
Yeah.
It's like it's a cycle.
Did you see the Lil Wayne? Did y'all see the Lil Wayne shit? I've seen that on a documentary. I think it was the Lil Wayne documentary.
I think it's called the Carter documentary. I own that. I'm
right, but it was the one that he didn't want to come out.
Yeah.
Was that the same documentary?
I think so.
I think it was too. Where he's I seen that years ago, man. Where he's sitting down with Lil. I remember that scene where you know he was kind of talking about it. At the time period. It just didn't like dawn on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if you've seen the scene, but he's talking to Lil Twist and he's like, "Yo, you fucking yet?" You know what I'm saying? And they're like in a little room, whatever. And then Twist is I can't remember if he said yes or no, but he was like, I guess Twist is 15. He was like, I already had Raging A when I was 14 or 15 or something like that, right? Because you remember Lil Wayne had a kid when he was young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember him like saying something about that, and then he was saying how like I'm gonna do you like how Birdman did me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have, and he kind of like put this story out there of how you know Birdman had these women, you know, pretty much rape him. You know what I'm saying? Nah. And he was like, I loved it, and when he said it, I was just like, no, you didn't.
Yeah,
I could just tell like
you were scared.
Yeah,
you were young, scared, didn't know. I mean, you knew it was happening, but you were nervous. There was all types of emotions. It wasn't like bring it on.
Right. You were too young to be
exactly.
You know to be thinking about bring it on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's too young for that.
Way too young.
Yeah, most def. But it was just weird seeing that because, you know, there's a lot of shit going on in the industry.
It is
that I just feel like the R. Kelly thing kind of shone the light on, and I don't think it's gonna stop with R. Kelly, man.
Oh no,
I think it's gonna come to a lot of other people. I think that's just the tip of the iceberg, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
only the beginning where it's like what we were talking about. It's like hip hop is the new rock and roll, in a sense of where like hip hop is like at the forefront of everything. You know, commercials, soundtracks. You know, just music featured on scenes of movies. You know, all over.
Video games,
exactly. I mean, just everywhere, and now they're gonna just start tearing it apart because it being up there. It's just going to be a domino effect. One person, then the next person. It's just because it's in the spotlight. And not just because it's in the spotlight, because it would have happened without it being in the spotlight completely, because it's still celebrity industry. It's up there, but with it being at the forefront of like all music right now, pretty much, it's gonna take a heavy toll. It's gonna take a lot of damage.
Hip hop is, let's be real though, man. Hip hop has always been like a fucking wild ass. It's always been on some wild shit.
The genre and just
the
everything
culture
affiliated with it. Yeah,
the whole culture. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like I listen to like some of the old rap that I listened to when I was like 11, 12, 13.
Yeah,
it's some pretty rough shit.
Fuck yeah,
shit that I know like wouldn't last a fucking second today.
Fuck,
you know what I'm saying?
No, exactly.
But it was so normalized. You know what I'm saying back then. So
it wasn't a problem.
It wasn't gonna be long before eventually hip hop would have to
answer those.
No, yeah, like
answer all
those skeletons were
always gonna be
just all coming
closet.
out, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is, man. So
that dirt is still under the rug. So when they lift that rug, that dirt's still there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely still there. I just don't know what's gonna happen when all the smoke clears.
It's gonna,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wonder is the scene gonna be different? You know what I mean? Like, is it gonna be that damaged to where it's not even the same where it was when all this started? Like, is it gonna be completely different? Like, it's I don't know. I don't
know what's gonna happen, bro.
I'm kind of nervous to think where hip hop is gonna be after this. Like, what are
you nervous about?
I'm nervous that I already feel that hip hop isn't where it used to be. That to me personally, hip hop has been declining since the 90s, and with obviously artists that hold it down still, but it's just not a lot of artists that are just like, it's not like as a whole hip hop is great. To me, hip hop is good because it has great artists, but a lot more that aren't. So it's just good. It's not great what it used to be. So now I feel like if it's just good, I don't want it to get to the tipping point to where it's not even good anymore to me at all.
So do you think that like getting rid of like the rape culture, the assaults on women and all that kind of stuff, right? Like abusive type lyrics and all that kind of shit. You think if they got rid of that, it wouldn't be as good?
No, I ain't saying that it wouldn't be as good. I'm just saying to get rid of that, they're going to get rid of a lot of artists that play a big part in the industry.
Right.
But not to say that, because that, let's give them pass. No, not at all.
Right. That's what you're saying.
But it's going to affect.
Right, because you're talking about like they're attacking like Drake, they're attacking Kendrick, they're attacking Jay-Z, they're attacking, you know what I'm saying?
He's attacking
Nas, Timberland,
Chance
the Rapper,
Chance the Rapper,
Chance the Rapper,
faces of the industry. You know
right. People that are
like, you take all that away, it's a whole nother forefront. It's a whole nother.
What's left?
Yeah. It's going to be a restart, a reboot. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? What are we going to have? And I kind of don't want to see that. I don't want to be a part of that shit. I'm going to go back to listening to my 90s music again and just fucking...
There's some very good artists that are out there that are not, problematic.
Yeah, there is.
You know what I'm saying?
There is.
You know, it's the end of an era, man. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what's gonna. I really don't know what's gonna look like on the other side.
The censoring though is like, and not to say, of course, like you said, if they don't speak on some of those things, they're not going to be saying no. But there's going to be. The thing is, after that, next is going to be. It's gonna. I think it's gonna. It ain't gonna just stop there. I think there's going to be a lot more that they're not going to want being said in hip hop, in rap, in lyrics, where, like you said, when we were younger, it wasn't that bad. And I'm not talking about the shit that's happening now, where everything's happening, like all the the disrespecting women and all the sexual assaults and all that shit. Like, take that away. That wouldn't hurt rap, but there's a lot more that if they try to say like, well, now this is too much. Also, this is derogatory, or this. There's a lot of little nitpicking they could do, and it could really change how people rap.
It's so crazy because I remember when NWA was coming out, and the government was like, "This shit is too vulgar."
No,
right? The feds had to come through and like, damn it, try to shut the album down, right?
No.
And at that time period, everybody was just like, "No, like free speech, like free." You know what I'm saying? Like free everything. And now, if they talk in that kind of way, the entire society, not just the feds or whatever, everybody's like, no, take this shit down.
It's everyone.
You know what I'm saying?
You're condemned by everyone.
Which is kind of crazy. I guess that was gonna happen too because of how popular hip hop got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's reaching everywhere, and so there's everybody's listening, so everybody's critiquing, everybody's pointing out all the flaws in it. You know what I'm saying? Where there were no. People didn't do that before
because people didn't pay attention to it. There was people that were like, "Oh, I don't listen to rap. I don't hear it." Now, those people that didn't listen to it and didn't care for it, it's getting put in their face, whether they like it or not.
That's true.
Watching movies, this and that. So now they have to hear it, and now their eyes are open to what is being said, and they're like, "Oh my god,
right?
This is horrible.
This is horrid.
Jesus, why would you say that? Like It's gotten to that point to where it's like, yeah, they weren't hearing it before, now they are, and now everyone's opinions are all coming out because, everyone has one.
Well, my guy Lupe Fiasco's still out here, so
stay on the right path, Lupe.
Lupe's caught his heat too, but never nothing for what's going on now. You know what I'm saying?
It's horrible. It's sickening. It really is.
Yeah, I'll say this too, man. It's time to let for those y'all that we gotta let R. Kelly go, dog.
Oh,
some y'all
done.
Don't want to let him go.
Let him go.
Might be time to let him go, dog.
Wipe them hands clean. Just say bye
bye.
I
was listening, to y'all's thoughts on this now because we kind of went back and forth. Like, what do we talk about? Do we not talk about it? How do we want to approach it? So, just kind of my thoughts on the conversation just now. I don't really see this as a censorship issue. I don't really think that aspect that would be affected too much, but I do see, obviously just, especially over the last year or so, we're in a time where it's very much a push for people being held accountable for things they've done. In his case, people revisiting lyrics and whatnot, because it was accompanied by some, egregious actions, So for his kids are like, hey, what's this about?
But here's the thing though. So are we? This is where I have an issue at, right? Because it's the moral compass. Mm-hmm. So his egregious actions were, pedophilia or whatever. You know what I'm saying, right? In that world, right? But can you say, all right, pedophilia is out? Murder's cool though, my guy. You see what I'm trying to say? Right? Selling crack is cool. I'm cool with that. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, are you saying you cool with everything else except that?
Shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because then where is the moral compass truly lied?
I think that there's for a long time been a, and I guess for invisible line really that people are like, you just kind of know like it's there.
It's
like,
the
hey,
moment.
There's certain things people will let slide, certain things that people won't let slide.
Yeah.
So like to what you were just saying, like I see what you're saying, like, hey, where do you do that?
Yeah, where are you actually drawing the line at?
I think that line moves.
It does.
Like with time, like at any given moment, that topic could be pushing it could be the hot over the line topic. You know, like, oh, you crossed the line, but 10 years ago it wasn't. 5 years ago it wasn't. A year ago it might have not been. But then finally, just at some point, it goes over that line when it's that topic, the hot topic, or one big story on that comes up, and then it's like, oh man, now it's coming to light just because of that one big got that awareness on it. And it's the exactly. It takes. I mean, that line doesn't stay still. It moves. So.
I think that people can still make quality art in whatever field of me, whether it's singing, rapping, whatever it might be, and still, you know, kind of stay in line for I guess lack of a better term. But I think that they have a responsibility, just, you know, being adults and just people in general, that as we go through these different shifts and phases with society and the line moving and whatnot, that, you know, I'm sure you've heard the phrase before, like, you know better, do better. And I think that's just something people are gonna have to be cognizant of moving forward. I mean,
that's what it's always is when you talk about like history and society and evolution.
Yeah, everything is been that way with stuff that has nothing to do with music and just society in general. Like, you know, you learn, you learn
in life.
But it kind of circling back some to R. Kelly specifically, like you said. Like, I mean, I know there's some true diehard fans out there, but I think people as a whole generally kind of realize, like, hey man, you know, we gotta kind of let him go.
It like you said, you let him go a while ago. I know I let him go a while ago, and there's a lot of people that have held on, but there's also a lot of people that kind of just they knew and just let it, you know, kind of like, well, you know, he's not in jail. So if society hasn't put him in jail and has kind of let it go,
then it must be okay.
It must be. So then that's how it rolled out.
That's kind of my like issue too with like the whole thing with your boy Louis C.K. when he was sitting there talking with Chris Rock and Seinfeld. Yeah, and he said nigger on there, and everybody got on Chris Rock saying, yo, why you allow him to do that or whatever. But like, you got to think about it. One, they're comedians, so they already pushed the boundaries as is when they're on stage. You know, they push the boundaries even further when they're amongst each other, right? And then you're talking about Louis C.K. who went on stage and said it, and he didn't get any backlash. There was probably some, but nowhere near the level that they would be today, right? A small amount of people backlash. You got to understand from Chris Rock's perspective. I'm not saying it's right or whatever, but if he says, "Oh shit," well, society didn't hang him, then everybody must be cool with it. So then I should be cool with it. You see what I'm saying?
They'll come at me if I come at him, and they've already let it go. Like
that's what I'm saying.
So he's probably like, "I'm just gonna stay out of this," pretty much. And then he still gets fucking condemned.
Yeah, years later.
Yeah, years later.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that's the thing too about like society and like the internet and the evolution of it. I'm all for the progression of things, but you know, there's certain things that are happening. I mean, R. Kelly is not. I'm not putting them in this bunch or whatever. But there's certain things that are happening that were okay at a certain period of time, and they're wrong now. And then everybody is going back to that person or that time period when everything was okay, and then tearing them down. Like I said, R. Kelly's not a part of that.
Not at all.
But you see what I'm saying though, like with the
that does happen a lot with other things, other topics.
Because like, I mean, like you can go back into like plenty of like historical, you know what I'm saying, like moments, and you look back and say, "Yo, that's pretty fucked up." You know what I'm saying? And like you'd have to like undo everything. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You have to redo everything.
Like that's the thing. It's like, and that's how I guess evolution's work. Is like the whole you live and you learn type shit. Is like we're all. It sounds like a fucking card or something. We're all going through this life together all at once for the first time. It's all our first time living. So
that's what I'm saying.
We're all like figuring it out, and seeing what should be considered right, what could be considered wrong.
There's nothing wrong with that,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's how we get better.
Exactly, but the thing is, we gotta make sure we get it right, and we also, you know,
it's never going to be right.
We can't half step. You can't. The
10
half
years
step
from now,
sucks.
there's shit that people are saying right now.
That's what we're talking about.
Like for example, one of the things that I see a lot of are people that like they get into like this like stone them to death kind of mentality, like this mob mentality.
What's crazy?
I'm telling you, man. In like 10 years, they're gonna go back and look at this shit and say, you guys were fucking barbaric.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I already know that's gonna be the next phase. You see what I'm saying? In society, the evolution of why the fuck are we so barbaric? Why didn't we do this? Why didn't we take this route? Why do we? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can we better this person or whatever? I believe that's going to be the next phase, and the shit that people are doing now they think is right is probably going to be an old way of thinking, an old traditional way of thinking. That's going to get old, and there's going to be a new set of generation that's going to be forward progressing and look at this shit and be like, y'all was on some bullshit. Yeah. It's going to happen. It happens to everybody.
Oh, yeah, it does. You know like, with time, everything that happened in the past is, like, looked at completely differently. Like, what were y'all thinking? Yeah. You know, that's how they always go back, like, or at the same time, not necessarily everything, because there's things that you build on, but there's always that shit that, you know, everyone goes back and looks, and, you know, it's not done that way anymore. Right. You know, and because things should change. Because there's some things that should have never have happened, you know. Yeah, you're talking about like an advanced society, right? In the universe, right? You're talking about like a highly intelligent life form or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit that we're doing today is not gonna cut it. You know Fuck no, we're not gonna make it to that point if we are the way we are amongst ourselves. Right. You know, like we can never find, as a whole, common ground. Right. You know, there's always a yes and a no, or there's always, you know, this is right, this one's wrong, and people will go with the wrong, and those people will go with the right because they feel like they're right, but they're wrong, or vice versa. You know, and you know, we'll never all be on the same page. No. So there'll always be that building and trying to learn, but you know, this is just a moment in time where everyone's being woke to a certain thing that, for some reason,
we're all experiencing this shit at the same fucking time.
And it's crazy because, like, some people realize this sooner, but like what I was saying, society kind of let it go. So where it's like, you kind of just let it be
because of the time, right?
But you did choose, and I know I did, that I wasn't gonna be fucking with them like I did then. Right. You know,
just,
and like
it just fell off. Yeah. But as we're all experiencing this at the same time, we're all having discussions, we're all having conversations, and I really honestly think that everybody should listen to each other, because I really believe that dialogue and that conversation is the point where it evolves.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? I agree completely.
Where you get to like a place and you're like, all right, boom, boom, we're the same right here, and then we move up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I think the reason this particular thing has you know, brought out such deep, you know, visceral reactions or volatile reactions is because this is something that I think across the board, we're like, it was fucked up then, it's fucked up now, it's gonna be fucked up in the future. Yeah. Right. Like, this isn't one of those things. Like, there's certain things, you know, someone can say, oh man, you know, I probably shouldn't have said this, or I shouldn't use this word. You can apologize, and people can, you know, accept that for what it's worth and move on. Whereas a lot of these things, people are like, fuck no. Right, like, no then, not no acceptable. Now, no tomorrow, just no.
Never accepted. Right.
And I think that's one of the reasons that this is, you know, got people so fired up. Yeah. And I get that. It makes sense. And I agree. And that, you know, this is a lot.
Well, it's just a lot scary because it got everyone so fired up that everyone's going to like primitive mentality. You know, like everyone is like, not thinking in the sense of like we need to address it and get better and
get to the root of you know, like these problems, that these issues or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think people,
because he's not the first person to have this problem. No, you know, and he's not going to be the last.
In the history of like just human beings, what he was doing shit been going on for years, right? Yeah. I'm not saying it was right, but it's just been going on. And nobody's like saying like, yo, we need to like actually find out what like that issue is. break it down, and then fix it, and then move on from there, and then like apply what we learned to the people that we come across that have this same particular type of issue. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's just like, burn, nigga, burn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which I get the reasoning why. Exactly. I get the reasoning for why for that, and I get why people will react that way for whatever they dealt with or whatever. I get that response, but I don't feel like it actually helps anything. I don't feel like it actually helps us evolve.
Progress, yeah. It doesn't.
Or progress. Well, you know what I'm saying?
I think another reason that people have reacted in that manner is because there has been pretty much zero attempt or acknowledgement of any wrongdoing from him. Like we saw the clip.
That's true. This motherfucker be really out here acting like,
yeah,
like, buy my new song.
Like, exactly. You drop new music. There's
no nigga, I'm not about to buy your new song.
That's true.
We saw that clip that I think was about a year old, where it's like, oh, y'all should have done this 20 years ago. Like he has not even pretended to be like,
remorse.
No remorse at all. Not even, hey, I may have done this wrong, or maybe I shouldn't have done A, B, and C. Not anything. Yeah. No. And I think that's another reason why
he did come out with that 18-minute song.
He did, but even then, it's almost, you feel like you're getting trolled when you're asking, oh, what's the definition of this, or what's what's this? Like, man, come on.
I also feel like people are acting like this because a lot of people are that angry because they feel like there's people that were that sleep that just didn't think. I mean, yeah, they saw the whole 14, 12-year-old back, the video and shit back in the day. And, you know, they heard about that, but there was a lot of people like, oh, no, maybe that's not him. Oh, that's him. That's not him. There was always is that or is that not him? Right. So there's people who decided, you know, I love R. Kelly. Oh, I don't want to believe it. That's not him. So they just didn't believe it. And now these people feel like, this motherfucker stabbed me in my back.
Right.
Like, all this shit, I supported you. I didn't want you to be that guy and blah, blah. And now they are that angry and fired up because, you know, they feel like they got shitted on.
Yeah.
You know, bad.
There's one of the episodes that, and not to get too much away because I know you want to watch some more of it, but they kind of touch on how certain songs he did, how they are tied to certain memories people may have, like
that too.
Like I Believe I Can Fly at a kindergarten graduation, or a Step in the Name of Love at a wedding, or something like that. And how
I can tell you right now, I believe I Can Fly. Man, was when Space Jam came.
Yeah, that was Bugs Bunny was in the video.
I was a kid when Space Jam came out, and you know, you gotta understand this Bugs Bunny.
I saw a comment
saying Michael Jordan.
I saw a video saying, or a comment saying, "Are you gonna condemn Bugs Bunny now for, you know, supporting?" And I was just like,
who said that?
I was like, it was in a comment for one video on that shit, and I was like, really? Like that's where the internet is fucking at. That's where motherfucking social media is at, where it's like we got the people who are really taking this serious, and then you got people who are just making jokes still.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, really? Like,
yeah, there's not the time for that right now.
Exactly.
It's like, really not. It's really not the time for that.
And then you still got trolls out there. That's the thing. You'll forever have
those trolls are like 12 years old.
More than likely.
Yeah.
More than assholes. I don't know though. They know about Space Jam. You know what I mean?
Everybody knows about Space Jam.
I don't. But to know that, well, yeah, you know, you got YouTube. Everyone's seen the video probably by now. That's true.
Yeah. I guess all in all, man, is R. Kelly's got to go, man.
He's done.
Yeah. I do wish people would kind of look at more of his case to try to learn from it and like figure out like what's happening there, so we can take that and like, you know, like scientists, man, like, you know, like
study this genius's brain to see what made them a genius and shit like that.
Well, yeah, like they always look, you know, like when you had like people like Einstein, he had all these like bright minds, man. They would like look at a problem and then they would all like put their minds together to see how they could fix it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we don't have that table anymore.
Yeah. Where the fuck are those people? Like, just like let's figure this out, because that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's something that we can stop.
That's something that's plagued
like
society.
and nip that shit in the bud in society. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's something.
I think that's what we need.
It's something that's definitely plagued society, probably from the beginning of
time. I wanted to get into philosophy. Okay, on my own, I wasn't in school or nothing like that. I just wanted to get into philosophy. Mm-hmm. Somebody pointed me to, I forget, the Socrates or Plato. I'm not sure which one it is.
You told me about this.
I'll tell you about that.
You told me what you're about to say.
Okay, so in one of these books, I don't know the exact names of who's who, which one's Socrates and which one's Plato. But I know one is like the philosopher and one is like the student. And he would do his philosophy shit and the student would basically record this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And these recordings have been found years later. Okay. Of course, what nobody told me, okay, was that this Socrates or which one it is, had an affinity for little boys. All right. For young boys, even though he was old as shit. Yeah. All right. And I'm reading this stuff and then I get into him. We kind of move from philosophy and then to like his giddiness around this boy. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Because nobody told me that this shit happened in these books. It was just assumed that this is how everybody was back in that time period. Mm-hmm. But today, that shit's not. You can. It wouldn't last a day in today, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is it's been there for a long time.
Yeah,
you know
a long time. So that's why, we should, like you said, break it down, find out, all we can about it, and and always have that knowledge to fight against it.
Right. Yeah, I wish we had like a song to play. like how Joe Budden.
A little bit. Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you this real quick before we get off of him. So I was reading that premiere night there was a 16% increase in Spotify streams. Now, we kind of talked about this. Mm-hmm. I would like to think that this was not people trolling. I do think at least I would, again, this is a guess, but I would want to think at least half of it was people going back after learning something and wanting to hear for themselves. Like, let me listen to this now that I know.
It's just so crazy because they just paid them.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't.
Yeah. They just pay them. They're like, I see somebody like tweeting out, how did he get paid? How is he still getting paid all this money? He doesn't own his masters. It's like, he just went and streamed all of his albums so you can find all the information.
And he's still signed.
Yeah, he's still signed.
And there's been a lot of pressure on that. People are like, he needs to be dropped.
And
now I read I think today I was reading that it was like his assistant, his publicist, someone else dropped him.
No.
And we're like, now that this came out,
right?
Like you knew about this before, but now that the documentary dropped and the heat is really on your ass,
you
now
you want to be a part of it.
Do you think the streaming services are going to drop him? No. You think they should drop him?
I think that there's definitely a case to drop him. Mm-hmm. I don't think they will because that will start them on a slippery slope.
Fucking super slippery slope.
I think it would be extremely difficult for them to navigate those waters.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
For that reason, I don't think that they will.
You'd be having to take a lot out. So more than what they'd be going for.
People are asking for it. People are screaming for it. Get them off all the streaming services.
But then they're gonna have a whole nother can of worms.
I think that I think it starts an extremely slippery slope that would be hard to navigate. I think that people on his team could argue that's hearsay. I didn't tell you what that song was about that. I think there's
just a lot.
I think they would find it very difficult for them to do that. So to answer your question, no, I don't think they will.
There's other artists that have been caught with cases that are,
would I be upset if they were like, hey, we're removing this stuff? No, but I don't think that they will.
So you think people are going to be just out here just listening to R. Kelly in the privacy of their own homes?
Yeah. I definitely think there's some people going to do it. They're not going to be in the privacy of their own home.
I seen people on Twitter like jamming out. Like I seen a guy in the car, he was jamming out. Like I don't give a fuck.
R.
Some
Kelly
people may think that they may not ever get to hear this music ever again because it may get taken off. So some people may just be getting it in. I mean,
R. Kelly has stands big time.
Yeah.
Babies
were made to R. Kelly.
Not all of that was people going back for their own journalistic purposes. There's some people like, no, I'm bumping it because y'all attacking him.
There's a generation of children that were probably made to R. Kelly. So it's like
that's what his new song is about.
Really?
It's called "Born to My Music."
Wow.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about though. When him just like
wow,
not.
Bro, this nigga just don't care.
He don't
even like a few months ago when everybody was getting on his ass then, this man was just like, he was literally out here acting like the show must go on.
Yeah.
Like
he wasn't getting in trouble, still getting with young girls and this and that. I was just like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you gone. Out of there.
Well, so long, R. Kelly. I'm gonna title this podcast "Goodbye, R. Kelly."
Yeah,
maybe. And
farewell, R. Kelly.
I'll say this because we could end up talking about this for another hour, and we don't want to do that. But to anyone who hasn't watched it, I would say check it out if you want to see more of what you're talking about. I would definitely, if you don't have to go looking far either to find a lot of these articles, but talking about there's a bunch of artists that didn't want to be in it. Yeah. We saw some big names there. Artists that didn't want to be it. There was
but here's the thing: are you upset that they don't want to be a part of it?
No, I wouldn't want to be dragged in. The only one who really went on there and just kind of let him have it for what it was John Legend. Like, he went on there, he didn't say nice stuff, and he's like, I said what I said. There's other people who were like, I'd rather just not be involved, or some people who didn't want to speak to his genius or musical talent.
Let's say you had a friend that you had a homie, and y'all been homies for years. All of a sudden, you start hearing all this shit about your homie fucking little kids and shit. And they ask you to testify. You testifying against your homie?
Like, they want me to testify, come to a court, testify against them?
I don't want to say come to a court. Let's just say, so they're doing a documentary.
Okay.
And they want you to come and talk about his ways. You going on a documentary and talking?
So, let me get this straight.
You've been homies. You've been best friends with this guy. Y'all been best friends for like
they're making
20
documentary.
years.
They're like, hey, Black Top, we want you to get on camera and talk about y'all's relationship.
What happened.
Or what you know.
What you knew or
what you thought you knew.
Yeah, exactly. Anything you know or might have all of a sudden now comes to light and makes you think, oh, I should have seen it. Anything,
I don't know, man.
That's just tough, right?
It is tough.
It is tough.
Because everybody's like, morally, you're supposed to be like, no, fuck my friend. He's not my friend anymore. But that's hard to say if you've been friends with somebody for so fucking long. Yeah. It's even harder to say when it's your family member.
Well, and that's hard just like thinking out, like trying to use this as an actual example for me. One, I'm thinking, first of all, we already called me off-camera Todd. So chances are, no, I'm not going to do it. But that's
a point.
That's just how I am anyway.
Point,
but you wearing this off-camera shit to the TV.
Exactly. Like, oh, by the way.
No, but I mean, at the same time, odds are, just knowing me, knowing people I've friends with, all that if some shit like that was happening, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I mean, I probably wouldn't have a problem getting on there.
What about you?
The other thing is, though, it makes it a little bit different. Is I'm also not a big artist with a big brand. Like, I'm sure some of them are afraid of, sullying their name.
Because, bro, like, it's so weird because there's people that I've actually seen say, you know what? Fuck R. Kelly. And I'm looking at this person like, wait a minute, nigga. You got some dirt on your ass, too. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people, bro, like...
And I'm sure that's the reason some people are afraid to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they probably know that they're going to come at them about something. Ask them a question.
4 fingers pointing right back at you. Type shit.
Because there's nothing that says that he couldn't be like, oh, okay, so you have an opinion? Remember that one time? Oh, and you too. You remember that, blah, blah,
yes,
blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, R. Kelly, listen. When everybody's attacking you like that, that's like, when the whole world's attacking you, it's real easy to drag people down with you.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Me, I think it depends on how the relationship is at that moment, also with the friend or ex-friend, possibly. If it's someone that I'm no longer already, like, we're done already. It was someone that I was affiliated in the past, but we already had split ways, and that possibly it was because the ties were cut because of knowledge of something like that. Then yeah, I would go on there and then I'd air out my case or whatever I had against or why things came to be or whatever, I'd do it. But if it was someone that I literally it's a good friend, known them for 20 years, but somewhere along the lines we weren't kicking it like we used to, but there's still someone I keep in contact with, Christmas, holidays, maybe get together, whatever. And then something comes out and you're like, what the fuck?
You're completely blindsided.
And blindsided. Yeah, I might not get on there just because then the whole.
Do you still feel loyal to your friend?
It's not that I feel loyal and I don't want to go and shit on him. It's just that those interviewers are gonna come at you like you're guilty as well. If you're, because they're gonna come at you like, how didn't you know this?
Right.
Like, why weren't you aware? And just like come at you, and the interview's gonna just go south because they're like, why are you coming at me? I'm here to just to tell you that I'm in shock or whatever, and it's like, but a lot of times.
So you wouldn't even go on there because you just don't want the heat of, well, I won't say the heat, but like the attack that's gonna come with the fact that you were so close to that person.
Affiliated, yeah. Just getting dragged through the mud too. Especially if you have fame too, that you're trying, you got your family to think about, loved ones, relatives that you might be helping, whatever.
Right.
Or your children, your future that you're trying to build for. You're liable to, just by even becoming a part of it, there's a chance
that you could lose that
you could lose it all, and that's not worth that chance.
Timberland's getting dragged right now.
Who?
Timberland. For Aaliyah comments. Look at Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar was
not around for any of this.
He didn't even have he doesn't even really have an affiliation with R. Kelly at all.
He's getting dragged through it right now.
He's getting dragged through it.
Look at
that's
this
literally like,
I have a whole list of people. Again, everyone can
join this. Getting dragged.
Chance the Rapper.
Shylaman, the guy getting roasted right now.
Joe Budden.
Jay-Z. Dame Dash took this as an opportunity to throw his 2 cents in.
Yep.
Birdman, they trying to make a surviving Birdman. Mm-hmm. Diddy.
Yep.
Usher.
Shit's ugly.
It's fucking ugly out there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why it's probably best to just stay out of it.
I think that's why a lot of these people decline to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the exact reason why I think these people decline.
Because they know that their career is more important.
I
just don't know when is it okay? Because usually, let's be real. Usually, whenever there's like a big internet kind of thing going on, it lasts for maybe about a week, maybe a week and a half. Then something else happens, and everybody moves on. And it's almost like it never fucking happened. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is going to have that same effect.
No, I think this is
I think this one's here to stay.
I think it's going to snowball and get bigger.
I actually think the opposite. I think it's going to fizzle out. I think.
Yeah. You think so? You think it's already fizzling out?
How many times has
because
today
was much more tame than over the weekend. Because it wrapped up over the weekend on Twitter.
On Twitter. That's because Twitter is the place where the shit happens quickly and then move on. But let me tell you where it's
Facebook's going to be wild.
It's already wild.
Valentine's Day.
Instagram is already wild. It's still wild right now. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think that it's gonna fizzle out as easily.
And just everyday conversation amongst friends as well too. Like
we're rehashing it right now.
Yeah, I'm saying this. Twitter might come and go, but this is a topic that is being spoke about amongst friends. Amongst,
I just want to see this shit in 2 weeks.
Amongst strangers, probably, people just.
I really do think it's going to. I don't necessarily want it to because I think it's like, no, you're not just going to get by this time like R. Kelly. Like, I think I don't want it to fizzle out. I just think it will because I just feel like we're in an age now where nothing seems to stay on the forefront.
Right.
But even the craziest of stuff doesn't seem to stay on the forefront.
It's fizzled out so many times though with him. It's like. I can't see it fizzling out again. Like, because this is like to have a series. How many parts? 8?
6.
6 parts. To have that, like, to actually have that, like, this is like taking it to that level where it's like, this ain't going away, motherfucker. We're not gonna let this go away.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a platform to let it be aired out and known for
I mean,
everyone to see it, not just a allegation and now
I'm
trial.
all for it. Hold his ass accountable.
Yeah, R. Kelly, he got it.
R. Kelly's out.
He been out here rocking for a minute, kind of getting away with shit. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I think he does need help, but I don't think he needs to. The man made enough money. He made enough hits. You had your time. It's time to go, bro.
Yeah, get out, and not get out like you need to just get out like no, get the fuck out. We don't want you here no more. You had your time. Do it. Like, just go get help.
Damn, Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. What the fuck, bro? Bill Cosby and R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
I don't want to think about that.
If I told you that 5 years ago, you wouldn't believe me.
Yo, Bill Cosby and R. Kelly's gonna get out of here. They don't get the fuck up out of here on some wild shit.
Like they're gonna get Jazzy Jeff tossed the fuck out of here. Like
if I told you 3 years ago,
I don't think I would have believed it.
R. Kelly about to get up out of here.
Well, no.
Bill Cosby about to get up here. And by the way, don't get too attached to House of Cards.
Well, oh shit.
Let me ask you this:
the R. Kelly thing I might have believed it because there's always in and out of shit.
One last question on this R. Kelly shit. If you were R. Kelly, how would you get out of this? Is there a way to get out of this?
The only thing he can do is fall back.
Fall out. Just fall back, fall out.
And unless he has absolutely 100% irrefutable evidence that people are lying, and I don't think that's the case, all he can do is fall back. You fight it, you lose.
I seen an article that said that
he said that
you can fall back, he had some information from some of the girls that they were lying. I was like, some nigga.
From what we've been seeing,
what?
From what we've been seeing, it looks like he's gonna try and fight it.
That's fucking horrible.
From what we've been seeing, it looks like he's gonna try and fight it. He said people were lying. He said he's gonna do his own thing. He's just gonna sue everybody. You know, blah blah blah. He threatened them not to release it. They did anyway, but. The only thing he can do is fall back. If you fight it, you lose. If you put out more arrogant music, you lose.
I really think people should reach out to him and try to help him because I'm saying like the psychiatrist. No, I think some people should reach out to him because I feel like if he falls back and he has his money, he's still getting his streams or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's gonna get back into doing that shit.
Yeah, shit ain't gonna change.
From what I gathered, from what I really
honestly believe that, dog.
Yeah, it's like
people should reach out to him and be like, "Yo, let's help you."
Something like that doesn't just go away.
From what I gathered, from what I saw, the only thing that's been starting to affect him is these movements have been picking up a lot of speed and strength, and they're starting to affect his livelihood. Like I know he had 2 houses foreclosed.
Really?
Yeah. I know that there's been some dates toured, although he's gone on and said, "Oh, none was canceled." I don't see him being able to put out an album and do numbers.
No.
But however, someone else on their documentary also mentioned that he's good about moving his money around and ways to make it work because he sees that it's not coming in as much, but he still works in a way that keeps him powerful, if you will. But
he's only powerful if people are there for him to have power.
Eventually, it's gonna dwindle out. Like, damn, man. You either got to stop spending altogether, which he won't do, or you got to keep it coming in.
Fiesta was such a good song.
The thing is,
I really like R. Kelly's music, bro.
Even if he keeps company around him that he can boss around and still be a boss and control and shit, he still got to go in public and fuck with, I'm going to go over here to go, shopping and buy this or that. You're going to be fucking with people that are like, fuck you, R. Kelly.
He's going to have to, the only way he'll be able to get paid now is if he changes his name.
Gets a face change and like all this plastic surgery.
Damn, whole face change.
I was gonna
say he's got to change his name and then write music for people and write under his new moniker. Yeah, that's the only way he can make money. And then people have to literally go sneak the fuck with R. Kelly to make hits.
Let me ask you, is anyone going to do that knowing that there's a chance that could come out later that R. Kelly's writing your music?
Yes, I think people will still do it.
Yeah,
think so.
If they thought it was a solid enough, ghostwriter and a solid enough NDA, I think
people don't give a fuck. People just want money, dog.
So you're saying like all this shit right here, how they're hanging him out to dry? They'll still let him write.
If he fades away for a year or two, and then Louis C.K. faded away. Louis C.K. didn't even fade away for a whole year.
Yeah, he didn't.
He's like, "Oh, I'm back out here, y'all." It's like, damn, nigga, like. You know what I'm saying?
Look, these people think they're untouchable. Look at what Kevin Spacey did on Christmas Eve.
Kevin Spacey's fucking wild for that shit.
That was the craziest video I've ever seen.
Nah, what did he do?
This man put out a video like he was Frank Underwood from House of Cards. But just keep in mind, he never actually said I'm Frank.
No, but he used the accent. He had the ring.
Right.
He was just talking about stuff that happened.
It wasn't a Netflix push.
He kind of shitted on the last season.
Yeah, he kind of did. Yeah, but it was weird because it was almost like he was using it
to pull you back in and support him.
Well, I guess to support him, yeah, number one. But then also, which was kind of sick.
Like, remember?
I feel like he was using it as a way to get off his chest how he felt about this current shit that was happening in his life right now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like he used that as like a. I'm trying to figure out
he almost blamed us.
armor to kind of be like, yo, I'm gonna come to you as Frank Underwood, but I'm also coming to you as Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm coming at you as Kevin Spacey through Frank Underwood, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's me, but I'm gonna be.
There's a split second in that video where it has you thinking, is this partly my fault?
Oh shit.
Really? What do you mean?
When he was talking about when he's like going on, he's saying, I did such and such. And you let me do it because you knew who I was, such and such. And I'm like, oh shit.
Subliminal.
Like, wait a minute, like, hold on.
I'm between the fucking lines.
God, for you, bro. It was kind of shocking. Sick. I'm not gonna front. It was kind of shocking. I really. And then like that day, it had got announced that he was getting indicted for the sexual assault or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He got indicted.
Wow.
On that. So it was like literally like timing and all this. And I was like, yo, this nigga's on a whole. What in the fuck is going on with this dude?
He pleaded not guilty today.
I seen that. Yeah.
Let me say this too.
I think somebody was telling me that he asked for like that his lawyer asked for like all these text message records to see like what was transpiring after this apparent sexual assault or whatever. So I don't know. He might have actual defense.
If R. Kelly goes on the apology tour of all apology tours, do you see any way that he can still exist as R. Kelly?
The apology tour? Like the one Chris Brown did?
Owning up to it, subjecting himself to a couple big name interviews, taking those lumps, just taking that beat down from someone like Oprah.
Listen, I've said this about XXXTentacion, right? Like,
is that getting the help you need, though? I think that could be a part of it.
No, that's got to be a part of it. That has to be a part of it, though. Let's say he gets some help. He owns up to some dirt. He sits down with someone like Oprah. He just takes the media beat down, the social media beat down. Do you think he can still exist as R. Kelly? However, if he would have to, I think, stick in a wholesome music lane. Can't be any more sexual music.
So that's basically getting help, but being able to survive at the same time.
Do you think that this is a possibility?
I think some people won't be able to ever trust him, but
no.
But I do think that like him going and seeing some people and him going on that tour where he goes everywhere and they all tear him a new asshole. Maybe he does get stoned a few times. Mm-hmm. Actual stones. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if that'll be enough though, bro. I really don't know because it's been years of that shit. So I think people feel betrayed. So
that's what I'm saying. They feel like they're stabbed in the back. But
right. It's different with like XXXTentacion, right? Like people didn't really get enough of X to like really have like a real connection. Maybe the youth did, but he wasn't around long enough for that.
Yeah,
Arcade's been around for a long ass fucking time, bro.
He has fans from multiple generations.
He's like the Snoop Dogg of R&B.
Straight up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows who fucking R. Kelly is. Just like your grandma knows who R. Kelly is. Your grandma knows who Snoop is. That's what I'm saying.
Generation after generation.
Right.
Like he's been around for multiple generations like Snoop.
A different thing. I think people feel betrayed. I don't know if that's going to be enough.
I don't know either.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's it's moving in the right direction of like, owning it and fucking and basically trying to get help. But I don't think your career is going to survive.
Even if he did go on the apology tour, you know what I'm saying? Somebody threw mustard in his face while he was walking to his car. Like they just spit on him, you know what I'm saying? He went through the whole shit. Yeah. Any of that. And then he got to the point where people started fucking with him again. Let's say that actually happened. It will never, ever, ever be to the point that it once was. It will
it'll never be the same.
Yeah. He'll be like
he might just
Young
be able
Berg.
To exist.
He'll be Young Berg.
I just don't know if he's gonna even be able to exist though. Like this shit's like it would have to be like years later that he tries to pop on the scene, and then we will see.
Like I said, you definitely got to fall back for a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna be years, and then if you try to come back, and for some reason they let you back, like who knows? Who fucking knows? But I'm done with him.
Right.
I'm done with him.
I'm done with him too. Real quick before we wrap this up, because we went on this R. Kelly. Shit
It had to be done.
Yeah, we had to talk about that, man. I hope we didn't. I hope I didn't offend anybody.
I hope I didn't either.
Yeah, because this is a touchy subject all around.
We didn't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, opinions in this type of thing can be seen as shitty by some people and can be seen as the opposite to other people. You know what I'm saying? It's just this is one of those things. It's like a touchy subject for a lot of people. So. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's kind of good to talk about it so people can get different perspectives, learn something possibly they didn't know about something. So
I read everybody's fucking comments.
Yeah, you engages with the trillions. So I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I read everybody's comments that I seen online dealing with this R. Kelly shit. I read everything. I read everybody's stories, their own personal stories of dealing with this type of shit, or something they had in their family. I read all this. I read everything, bro. I read the hate, the love for R. Kelly. I read all this shit, and I just soaked it all in.
Yeah, definitely,
as much as possible. But I do want to get before because we didn't talk about it. The 2018 wrap up between
shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
and we jammed it right before we got on. So
yeah, we did. Yeah,
right before.
Between it's a weird. Thing to transition into.
I really wish we could play music, bro. Like I need that.
we could. I think we could play. We could. I don't think we could play Uncle Murder shit because that'll shit'll ding because it's on the streaming services. But we could probably play Mad Skills. Shout out to Mad Skills. He listened to our last podcast where we talked about him last year.
That's true.
Yeah, he gave us the thumbs up on it.
Keep doing what we do.
I'm gonna say this. Sorry, Mad Skills. I really feel like your boy
Uncle Murder's kind of
jacked it.
Yeah.
Full-time jack.
He's kind of made it his thing to where it's like, not to say it's not your thing anymore because you're still doing it, but he kind of has taken over the forefront of that. Like
Uncle Murder's way more entertaining with it.
Yeah. And it was longer too, still. Wasn't it like that last year where it was like...
It wasn't as long last year.
It wasn't as long, but his was longer than Skills is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it's weird when you listen to both of them. They're both like, even though Uncle Murder's was a lot longer, Skills definitely had some points that
Uncle Murder didn't.
Yeah,
and he also the way he worded some of his things were done. I think some of the topics that they both touched on, Skills finessed it a little bit better. Where Uncle Murder made me laugh about a lot of things more.
I'm just trying to, as Black Todd would say, poor Jewels.
Oh my goodness, you ain't lying.
He got it in both though.
And both of them, yeah, they both. Oh my gosh.
I was like, y'all don't want to talk about Jewel's teeth on the podcast. And my chick was like, everybody talking about this shit, nigga. And I was like, damn, you're right.
That's where it's at.
Sorry, Jewels. I feel bad for you.
Word of mouth says that.
See?
Sometimes you just gotta grit your teeth.
I will say this though, Uncle Murder's
make it through it.
Uncle Murder's ad libs were just spot on.
They're spot on for real. They were good.
Yeah. He's got some. I seen it. He's got some wild ass ad libs.
I swear, next generation better not take ad libs away. That's another example of ad libs better stay.
Yeah.
And I'm spitting right there. You hear that? Bars.
Yeah, he's just funnier, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
He even roasted himself. He even roasted Young Buck, who they're cool and they're all cool.
So you thought y'all was safe because we family.
Yeah.
And Uncle Murder doesn't care about the words that he's using.
He's entertaining.
That is true.
He's definitely said some offensive words in there that I'm not going to repeat. But
for real,
I don't think anybody's gonna
come at him.
Yeah, because I don't think he's signed to a label. I don't think he has any connection to anything other than the streets. So if you talk shit to him, he's gonna be like, "Fuck
the streets
you."
Are gonna let it go.
That G Unit, and 50 don't care.
And he's from New York. New Yorkers don't give a fuck about shit.
Fuck no, they're raw and uncut.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about. He's a Brooklyn nigga too. They really don't give old school Brooklyn nigga.
Yeah,
they really don't care about shit.
Don't give a fuck.
The new school guys from Brooklyn, they'll probably be sad about it, but not him.
Nah, he don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck.
You gonna tell them how it is?
Somebody check him, Uncle Murder. Y'all don't know.
That's
Uncle
just
Murder.
not gonna happen.
Y'all better do your Googles.
Yeah, don't check Uncle Murder.
This man's name is Uncle Murder. Shit, go do your Googles. At one point they tried to change his name
to
like Uncle M.
Yeah, because it's too.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, because it's too
Too violent.
They
did it with C Murder to C Miller.
Yep.
They did it with Killer Mike to Mike Bigger. They were trying. Yes, bro. They were trying to do this so they could be more.
They're trying to edit names
so they could be more marketable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
They feel like immediately your name is going to take away part of your market,
right?
Or how they can market you because they're like, well, off top, some people are going to just cast you off because you sound violent,
right?
Just through your name, and it's like, I make violent music.
Yeah. But I wonder with Tech Nine. I wonder if he dealt with that.
He probably has.
He was like, I'm
named
going by
after
Nina.
Gun. That's why he has aliases like that.
Yeah. Oh well. We are at the end of the podcast, y'all. Y'all got anything else? We ran kind of long.
Nothing else.
Yes, we are at the end. We appreciate everybody that joined us. I know it got a little somber, got a little deep on here, but we appreciate you if you made it to the end of the podcast. Make sure you subscribe on all the podcast apps. Follow us on Instagram at BenTrillmatic. Go to subscribe on YouTube, trillmac.com/YouTube.
Trillmac.com/merch.
Right.
So you can get the that dope gear.
Yes, get the dope gear. And
who the fuck says gear anymore?
Niggas born in 1985. And we gonna be up out this thing. No scene.
No turn back.
Deuces.
Smoke some, bitch. Or motherfucking fight go with that.
Go Cowboys, nigga.
Thanks for listening to the Truth Be Told podcast. Be sure to subscribe and log on to Trillmatic.com for the latest in underground music, film, fashion, and more.